Well, yeah, I turned it off and turned it back on, and now it's working.
Hey, great. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Hamster's Hobby Hang. Thank you for being here, and you're in luck again because we have a full house today. So that's the great thing about doing it in the office. Tyler's getting some good old hobby water, paint water, so he's with us as well. We have Chris, Miles, Toby.
Are you sure you have Toby?
I think so. Are you?
Can you really
a figment
own
of my
Toby?
imagination? Are you real? Is he a Twitch plugin? You can just add Toby to your stream.
Ooh.
That'd be cool.
The least
I
popular
wouldn't
plugin.
It's so cool to see your.
And,
key
and I
figures.
don't like it.
Oh yeah.
Like I've seen it, on the Discord call for the stream, but I haven't actually seen it in person. It's so cool to see the detail.
The one time we did it here, were you not here?
No.
No, that first time I wasn't here. Yeah,
That's why.
yeah, that's wild.
Possible, but
And I noticed they having painted like a lot of swamp and stuff.
Yeah.
You have a lot of the similar foliage. in it.
obviously.
Here, throw it on this one. It's really cool. It's coming out good.
Yeah. You want me to sniper?
Oh yeah, go ahead and push the sniper button. Yeah.
Whoa.
I mean, look at this.
Fuck it. I'm here to
Play that baby.
I thought
Oh, we might want to move that. We might want to move that bottle.
move it.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
That's it.
What do you have here?
like a mini.
Oh, yeah, the little sorrownets. In fact, did we release that the baby one?
Well, it's yeah.
So, you throwing that full pot?
Yeah, the pod. So there's literally one of the pods on this piece. That's so cool.
I love it. Wow. The gold pod is a piece.
Yeah, awesome. Well, it's also sculpted right on here, so it'll fit perfectly.
The big guy design started like this, like if you put a city like onto like banks.
That's awesome.
Yeah, awesome. It's fun, like mood cottage sort of thing.
Right.
Well, this is what I mean, man. Like that'd be really fun to but yeah.
Like it's so cool because Toby's just doing it for fun to practice sculpting.
Yeah.
And it's just obviously absolutely incredible. Like I'm not surprised, but like it's just insane that like you're like, oh, just for funsies, and it's like one of the coolest things ever.
Yeah. I don't know why it's coming out.
Yeah. Hang on.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're figuring out the audio right now. It's
Okay.
a little tweaked. Yeah. But to try to reiterate what was just said.
Can you just tap that mic real quick and just make sure it's actually? It's not actually using those mics. Hang on a second.
Yep.
What is going
Sounds
on?
good. How about now?
I don't want to.
Yep. All right.
Hello.
Yeah, we're good
Turn
now.
down my volume.
Did they not hear anything we said?
Well, they were just saying
Oh, the
for
music.
whatever. The music was. They're like, we're not really getting any voice out of it. So
Well, anyway, we're saying so. Amy,
Yeah.
unfortunately, it's not a special edition piece. It's just Toby doing funsies hobby sculpting, and it's impeccable.
like
It's
I have 3 pecs to give, and I can't.
and I'm out of pecs. I don't have a lot of pecs, but I gave them all.
Oh, I don't know what that was.
I don't know. Maybe just
What
a couple
colors
of
have you
things
done?
came
You
up
done a
with them.
green one yet? Yeah, you did green with the.
The green mech? Yeah.
No, you did the blue with the color. You probably did green. I might do green anyway.
Sure what?
The actual one that's capturing us is pretty off.
How did that happen?
I don't know. That's what I mean. Let's adjust that real quick.
Help me out, Toby. Which one should I paint?
Is this
That's
not
good.
the way anymore?
Yeah, right there.
I can't see.
That's
This
not
guy?
the way.
Okay.
No.
It's
It was just anything that gets set on that side of the mug.
Sniper
Yeah.
lane.
Yeah, that's the
See
sniper.
the thing on his shoulder? It's a boombox. I don't know how I would convey that. I mean, other than painting different, just totally black.
Yeah, Amy said.
Sound waves in the air.
Oh yeah.
Aw.
Anyone else notice that those 3D printing pens are just very small hot glue guns? Anyone else notice that? That's what they did there.
But 18 times the price, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh God, yes.
Can it
Oh,
be a
yeah.
special edition or something? It's just so that
That's what Hamster was saying. Is
Yeah.
yeah, it's just Toby
It's-
doing Toby.
Yeah, but
Sure, it's
Amy
actually
wants to
good.
buy it. That's how good it is. So that's your.
Thank
You
you.
gotta pitch
Make
that.
a cat.
You gotta pitch that in the meeting. Like, look, we already got buyers for the piece. So
Maybe
the-
if they
the
do all
work's
the other
already
parts
done.
of it.
Yeah.
This is just custom yourself, open an Etsy store.
Go into
I
go into
think
competition.
about it. I'd love to.
Yeah, right.
I'm going to call my brand Dwarven Forgery.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Oh,
Oh man.
that's
Miles,
good.
you're painting some DF tonight, right?
I'm flirting with it. So
You haven't decided to
anyone's
take
here.
it home to meet mom yet?
Yeah, no, like I did these ones last week. I might do some stuff here. I've been playing around with doing something similar in a slightly different color scheme. So I based one of these in like a brown instead of a gray.
Nice.
But I also want to paint this mech because I've been reading through the Lancer rulebook like it's my job.
Kind of is.
It's really not, but like that'd be lit.
That's what I say when I read working
They
rule books. Though I'm like,
really
this is
want
more
but
work.
it's closer too than like. So I could with the section of my work within the company, I could not know what a dungeon dragon is, like, and it would not affect it at all. It helps my motivation that I enjoy what we make.
Right.
Is there a type of dragon that's a dungeon dragon? Like there's a green
yeah.
dragon and a red
I
dragon?
want there to be.
You know what? Yeah,
Dungeon
yeah.
dragon.
We have element. We have what is it? We have metallic, chromatic, gem, and dungeon dragon.
Yeah. Unfortunately, those are the only ones you fight in the popular role-playing game.
They have all the other ones,
Yeah.
but that's
Yeah.
the only one. You
Only
fight.
one allowed. Yeah.
I love the way
It's
that
the only
you
one in the
said
SRB.
that. I love the way that you said that. Reminds me how like whenever anybody makes like 5e supplements, they'd be like, "Oh, it's for the 5th edition of the world's most popular role playing game."
right.
Dungeon dragon.
Lancer-inspired sci-fi DF sets. I hope so.
Ooh.
Someday.
Yeah,
Oh.
that'd be fun.
Whoa.
I mean, if we got it, yeah.
When we
What's
make it,
tough?
you gotta put in your
we got our
hand
way.
for the mech stuff.
The issue is, I can't imagine Dwarven Forge being like, because like sci-fi stuff, rad, but like, okay, now let's make sci-fi stuff that's meant to be played on a hexagon base grid. Like that's quite a one leap further than I think they're gonna go, and I know nothing, so don't take any of this as gospel.
It would
I think the biggest thing is
terrain
currently.
would be different than miniatures. Go ahead, sir.
I think the biggest thing is currently we can do like scatter on a hex grid, and that would probably still work
Yes.
for like exteriors.
Yeah.
For interiors, I'm curious if it still needs to be a hex grid if you're doing interior stuff in
Probably not.
Lancer, because that involves like being a pilot, and then you're kind of doing something closer to like the Star Wars RPG stuff. I feel like.
I would say it's
like-
honestly it's closer to Space Kings. Like a lot of the pilot combat is like usually skill check based.
Huh.
Yeah.
I like the idea that like outside is hex space, but then as soon as you step inside, you're able to move in a like completely different direction.
Yep.
I
I mean, the left directions. Like once you're inside, you can only move forward, back, left, and right. But before that, you got 6 whole directions you can
But
move.
to go sideways, you don't need to go wiggle anymore.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fair. That's
exactly.
fair.
Well, that's the thing. It's like I think that's what's funny to me sometimes is like the difference between hex and the different and square. To me, is not that different. It
Sure.
really isn't.
Yeah.
Like I feel like hex-based stuff has more to do with it's better for combat.
Sure.
Like a
your
hex
facings
based
and stuff.
Yeah, like the hex based thing is better because it's like not so much that it limits the amount of things that can be around a thing, but it's just like I can say I have 3 forward facing sides and 3 rear facing sides. So if I'm coming up behind somebody and their miniature is facing this direction, then okay, what are the back 3? Cool, I am technically backstabbing them. Whereas with a square grid, you have, like you said, you have up, down, left, right. Like you have
Yes,
forward,
right.
backward, left, and right. So it's like you
It
don't really
can
you can do diagonals, but it's like it is kind of the same thing, but it ends up being like slightly more complicated, I guess maybe. But that's my point: is that it all breaks down to the exact same stupid thing,
Yeah.
but it's just like some games wanted to do it this way and some games wanted to do it.
I think when you're talking about something that uses like large figures and uses long range weapons, having it on a hex just makes aiming easier because you're
Yeah.
talking about doing like long range stuff all the time.
Yeah.
With like lasers and stuff
Not
like
with
that.
my
so
sword
it makes sense. But
Well, that's also why most times in Dungeons and Dragons, even most people, when they do like overworld travel, when it's like I'm going from this city to this city, if they're measuring distance, they're usually doing it on a hex grid. They're saying
hex marches.
this hex is 1 mile, or this hex is 100 miles, and so it's like and it makes it easier than trying to say like, well, it's 643 miles of a distance between that. It's like, so you were saying that.
It always feels like you're cheating when you go diagonally and it counts as one.
Yes.
Oh, I love that. I always feel like I'm getting away with something.
As a kid who grew up playing an extensive amount of 3.5, it feels like a cheat. Like it's very specifically cheating.
See, I never, for whatever reason, never played a hex-based game. I started with Fantasy Battles, which was like the square facings and everything, and the units were literally shoulder to shoulder, rank and file facing. And then they blew that game up and put everything on round basis, like 40k was, where they say any model can pivot at any time, and you just look on the table, and if they can see it, they can see it. And there aren't facings. They're like, screw
Get
that.
out your ruler.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, whenever I'm walking in D&D, I don't actually do this, but I want to go like this, because it feels like I'm like cheating, but going more distance, but just not easy.
Yeah.
You're not, yeah.
Yeah.
But you're also not moving less distance, you know?
Yeah, I'm not moving less distance, but I'm cheating the system. I'm not cheating the system at all.
Yeah. I feel like one of the main issues with building terrain for Lancer is an issue of scale. Like basically there are 2 scales the game takes place on: mech scale and human scale. And so
That's what Chris was saying right there, is that it's like
Right.
in hex scale you can do your large scale battle, but then like if you go into a building, do you switch to square?
Sure.
Right,
Sure.
but it's not even that. It's not even like the shape. It's the size. So like because the miniatures are the same size. The miniature for a pilot is size 1. It's size half, but it takes up 1 hexagon. But in terms of like playing on the board, if I had a pilot mini and a mech mini, they're about the same size. So like, which is fine when you're jumping, when you're moving from inside the building to outside the building, but like suddenly I need miniature pieces for a building that is scaled to my mech is this big, and then I need pieces for inside of the building that's scaled to a person's this big, you know? So just like
right, but that to me is not that complicated.
it's just building 2 different sets.
You just say like, this is an exterior building, this is an interior building. Warhammer does that, and
yeah,
like,
it's just
I
building
think-
way more pieces. You just
Sure.
need so many more pieces
Sure,
to do.
and I
it,
guess that's
you know?
my point, is that it's like a potential future of Dwarven Forge, and this is yet again my opinion.
Yeah, not gospel.
Not.
Here's
not
a grain
anything.
of salt.
Yeah, it's. That was beautiful. It's to say that like, well, that could be a future for us, right? Like that's in the myriad of futures ahead of us. It could be a thing where it's like, you know what we're gonna start to do is more exteriors, things that are built for different kinds of games or different kinds of gaming experiences.
I
Right.
am really, really interested in the far future of Dwarven Forge when we cover the broad strokes of like, areas and whatever, and we get into some really nitty gritty niche stuff like that.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Well, it begs the question of like what do we want?
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't remember the
IME?
full you. Yeah,
I'm
had a cool idea of painting with people from Reaper.
Reaper
Or
stuff?
not, from Reaper stuff,
I'm having my Reaper order sent here.
Oh, nice.
and I think that would be.
$600.
Oh, I have. And did you back Dungeon Delvers too?
I did.
Oh, I'm all in on that.
Yeah, we've got a lot of stuff coming here. That's just theater of the mind inside of buildings. It's possible.
I just got my shipping notice for Gun and Slinger.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah!
Did you get yours?
I haven't gotten mine yet.
Yours?
No. Although I think they just put out an update a couple days ago that said that they finally finished shipping.
Oh,
So-
it could just be waves.
Yeah, I think they were just held up with.
Everything.
Yeah.
You know, the
Yeah.
world.
Yeah.
On the world.
Yeah. We haven't left this black painted production room.
Yeah. Well,
it's
you know what's
just like
interesting
just outside
about
the
the
background.
getting tired of the math of having to do 5 and then 10 and 5 and then 10. It's like, yeah, that's part of my thing. Is that it's like as much as I remember 3.5 being this thing, I was like, yeah, that kind of makes sense. You're running on a diagonal, so you're cutting distance, but you're still going the same distance.
Yeah.
it became a thing where it's like, yeah, it's a lot more complicated to have to count that out.
Right.
So it's fine if it's just 5 feet, 5 feet.
How do you paint LED translucent parts? I'm hearing undercoat of white. Is it just under what you're going to paint? Yeah, so doing an undercoat
Depends
of...
on the piece, right?
Depends on the piece. So for Hellscape, we say that everything that you want to be solid and not shine through, you do a base of white underneath instead of black, because black will absorb the light, whereas white will reflect the light, and so it'll make it come more firmly through the translucent parts.
It just like reflects it back so it doesn't get sucked up. So like,
Yeah.
This one?
If you're talking about like
I don't know.
LEDs, like lamps and stuff like that, it doesn't particularly matter.
no, yeah. If you want to paint over something that is lit, don't paint white because it's gonna be more opaque. So if you want the light to really shine through, the white base is pretty much just for Hellscape. For the
Yeah.
light panels.
And that's just because of the sheer size of those pieces.
Yeah. But if you want to paint an LED, I would just do things like washes, like go thinner than you think, just to start and have more control over it. Because the idea, basically, is what you need to decide when you're painting a lit thing is what you don't want to paint. Because it's really hard when you get it too opaque for light to shine through to go back and like try to get it off. So start thin and subtle, and just do it in steps to stay controlled. That's what I'd say.
I don't know what is the list at this point. Some of the emails must have something in delayed order. It could also it could have gone to your spam. It could also just be sometimes it takes a while for an email to show up after it gets sent. I don't know why, it just happens every now and then.
Yeah.
So it could be that, depending on what system they're using.
What paint would you recommend for UV? I mean, honestly, you can probably use any brand's fluorescent paints.
We need to ask Erin what UV paint she's using for the show.
That's me.
Yeah, Shimmerfront is him.
I
You did
painted that.
Shimmerfront?
Yeah.
Oh!
It's golden fluorescent blue. But honestly, for that effect, any paint that says fluorescent is going to have the properties. It's basically glow in the dark, right? So it will literally glow in the dark, but what it also does is just absorb more light in general, so it will appear brighter even under like normal conditions. So we used golden fluorescent blue. Anything that says fluorescent on it, Vallejo makes it. Find your favorite. Color varieties, the brands might differ slightly. So just look for that word fluorescent, and that's what that means. It's doing the same thing. So
I'm so happy we tried that out.
it turned out so cool. And again, this white opacity thing, this worked in our favor where because there was kind of a gradient on the fronds of like a blue to white sort of, and so the whole thing has UV paint on it, but it does kind of go to white, so it has that gradient under light. But then when it is glowing in the dark, there is an opaque part on the white, so there's like a glowing gradient almost, where it's not all fully lit exactly the same across the whole frond. It's like a sort of range. It's neat.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That sounds very cool. I haven't seen this Shimmerfrond yet, but I've heard it mentioned a lot.
You haven't seen the Shimmerfront? Well, we should grab it.
Do we still have it?
Yeah, it's still here. It's in with the test shots. Might have to ask Tyler exactly where it is. But yeah, because we showed it off. We got the factory one back, right?
Well, I just painted the UV one, so I don't know about that.
Oh, okay.
I
So
just painted that like last
so
week.
it's not the factory one. It's the one that we did.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what paint was a silver on the painted Underdune? Probably Picorni Sassoon silver, I imagine.
I think so. I think that question came up a while ago. I'm pretty sure it was Sassoon. Okay. I'm looking forward to the Kickstarters I worked on being the ones that people are familiar with, so that I can give answers better.
Yeah. Underdoom and Cavern. I didn't paint any Underdoom, and that's when I first got here. When I was like, trial by fire, trying to figure out what the heck was going on. So I'm not in the loop on Underdoom.
You did the
The core set?
Yeah.
He's talking about.
Oh,
like,
I did do the Underdoom.
the new, yeah.
But I don't remember. I don't think those pieces had any kind of silver detail. But I imagine if they use
the
silver, it's
bank-
going to be Picorni
the,
silver.
yeah, the banks had the silver on the edge. But that
Oh
wasn't-
yeah, I didn't do any bangs. It's like a mirror. I still think it could be Sassoon silver because it's a pretty light, like mithril sort of silver.
All right, so I made them all green now, and then I'm gonna paint details.
It's like an army map.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know that I love this green, but I'm gonna see eventually. I don't know. I'll learn to love it.
I have some fluorescent orange from Vallejo. Never thought to look at it under UV. Yeah, I mean, I honestly haven't used UV for like the glow in the dark properties. But when I'm doing like an OSL type thing, I have used it for anything that's supposed to be glowing. More as a filter, kind of like when you glaze anything else, except it makes it more glowy looking. Because they are also by nature really transparent, so you're not gonna like be able to base coat with it. So it's more like a filter.
Man.
Oh yeah, our arcane acid is UV also.
I mean, Magic School Bus.
Yeah.
That's the original name was supposed to be.
Magic School Bus. Yeah, we have School Bus and Magic School Bus. Yeah, I used a lot of that in some mixes on the that Quildren tree. I actually used its real name instead of Eli's tree or Fancy Tree because I didn't know how to say Quildren. But yeah, and so that one would glow.
Let's see.
Amy, we often use the interference purple, so I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about. I'm sorry, but if it looks like shimmery purple, it's probably that because we use that all over the place.
Yeah, that weathering did the work I was hoping it would.
Ooh, oh, I love the sparkle.
Yeah. I want to put some shrubs and stuff,
Yeah.
and then I
I'm gonna put some ice crystals.
don't know. They're. I don't know how I feel about these.
I have never seen anything like that.
They're so big.
Yeah, like they're pretty big. So I don't know.
I would want to like smash some of them up into smaller bits like
Let's
grouse.
go get a hammer out of the shop.
Yeah. Hobby hang.
Let's see.
I tried arcane acid, but it didn't glow. So again, just because of how transparent it is, you're gonna want to put a base under it. So when we're talking about the white base, if you want something to really glow, that is an example of when you might want to base it in white or something lighter. Just because again, it will absorb the light, but also if you have a darker base, it's still gonna absorb the light. So the white base will let it reflect. Because that's all the fluorescent is really doing is absorbing a bunch of light to reflect back at you. So you want to help it do that a little bit.
Man.
Oh yeah, they won't. Sorry, I shouldn't. They won't glow in the dark. They'll glow under a black light. Is what it is. They won't like glow in the dark like a wristband,
Like stars,
or whatever.
like those walls.
Yeah, exactly.
Ceiling stars.
I need to get some glue. Actually. Oh.
You can hear it eating the thing.
I am eating the paintbrush. I've actually been worse at that today because I've been trying to do some more patient painting, which has been a lot of fun. But the really fiddly work has got me eating paint off the brush instead of just pointing it when I rinse it.
So what color is your favorite flavor?
Well, there's such a small amount of paint that I can't even really taste it. It's more just a habit. It's more like a tick. Yeah, it's a condiment. Exactly. A whole variety of condiments. I think probably in the 4 camera. I don't know how well you can see that, but I do like to paint. Usually, I like to kind of start and finish a mini on this show, but you might recognize this from the last stream. I just kind of wanted to pick away at something and try some new things and not feel rushed. And I'm really excited about like some of the stuff I've seen in videos I wanted to try. So I'm pumped about this.
Looking great so far.
Thank you. Yeah. One of my goals with this was like how to get contrast with darker colors. Like I sometimes over highlight things and then it doesn't look. I want like this deep red and deep blue sort of. And it's hard, especially for red. I was talking about this last time. It will start to go pink or orange, and it doesn't look like red anymore. So it's like, how do you do a deep red that doesn't look dull, and it still has like lights and shadows? So I've been fiddling with that a little bit, honestly.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that since last hobby hang, and I brought it up to my wife, and a couple other times. Like it's so weird when you add white to any other color, it becomes light that color.
Right.
When you add white to red, it's pink.
Yeah.
Like in our brains, we treat it like a totally different color.
Right.
You know.
And how I've been kind of rephrasing this for myself in my head is, how do I make a color brighter, not lighter or whiter? Right? Like, how do I make it brighter, a more like brilliant, like a deep bright red, or a brighter blue that's not like going into a lighter blue, like completely different color.
Yeah. Fascinating. I should talk to my mom about that when I visit home.
Yeah, yeah. I'd love to know what she says. Stepping away for dinner. Okay, Amy. Maybe send some in the chat for us to download.
Yeah, that'd be nice. You said
So it's totally fair. We sent you a bestiary if you can send some lunch.
Slack notifications on the stream. Is there desktop audio happening?
Yeah, well that's how we're putting the music through. I don't know who's.
It's a bonus feature.
I don't know who's slacking me when they know that this is my archetype.
Do you use Slack, Topulus? Do you think, like, for your work, were you thinking you were going crazy?
Everybody uses Slack.
Yeah.
I did until here, but I also worked like customer facing.
Yeah.
Not a lot of planning with the employees in the VR arcade business.
Topulus was checking the Slack if it was his messages.
That's funny. I love that.
It's like the big thing with. It's like the big gag with Discord notifications, right?
Yeah.
So, like somebody's Discord will go off while they're streaming, and everybody's like frantically checking theirs.
Yeah.
Basing hard.
Also, sunny skin tone for the win for brightening colors. Do you watch Vince Venturella or something?
Yeah. Yes, he does.
I just watched his video on that, and that blew my mind, especially on the purple.
A little bit of red. Uh-oh.
I don't know how I'm gonna make this piece fun. You know, like I added the copper to these, and the water, and the moss. I guess I can add moss to this, but there's nowhere to add like copper or gold or silver. It's just like I need to make it fun.
You know, some pieces, their job is to just be the normal, the parameter for the normal.
Every piece of painting, Hamster.
Hey, there you go.
Every tiny bit of my modular terrain must be a work of art, or I'll get bored because my ADD can't handle it.
The what?
Guess it's a thing.
It was horrifying.
Oh, Gorilla Glue, yeah.
Want to sniff?
I'll pass, I know it well.
Someone gets in your eyes.
Oh, right.
You really are armaturing right here on stream.
Dude,
No. Before I knew how to armature, I like scoured streams, Dwarven Forge streams, looking for footage of you doing it. So
I don't think there was any, right?
there was one. You were
Really?
putting an armature together for, I think, a waterfall.
Oh, it makes sense. The waterfall, we did a lot of, it was very transparent. Sorry.
Ayo!
nice.
On how we was, yeah. And then blocking it, that stuff. Was the painting done on stream?
For what? The waterfall?
Yeah.
I don't know, that wasn't me.
Aaron painted one.
I thought you guys had the double paint screens.
Was she doing that?
She wasn't doing the waterfall then.
I was doing...
She did the waterfall in a solo painting stream during Wildlands.
Oh, so it was.
Yeah.
He has one on Payne's Gray for Shadow. Oh, I love Payne's Gray for Shadow. I've been using an ink that I watered down. It's like a wash.
Yeah, like some kind of like blue gray. I don't know what to do for like the accent stones for this with the brown base, because usually I do the gray, and then the brown stones, and then the gray over that.
Or the water could be interesting on that one.
You said you want it to be like a light sandstone sort of, right?
Yeah,
So
but
maybe the accent is like a darker color?
For everybody at home, yes, this man really does treat every piece of terrain like a mini.
Which is admirable. Love that.
yes. This guy's still my favorite. I think this is the best one I've done.
What's his name, huh? You haven't named him. You
Yeah,
think
it's
he's
not
special,
probably-
but you haven't named him?
Look, a name doesn't mean you're special.
Yeah, everyone has a name.
Yeah, I've known 5 other Toads.
Who are you again?
Oh!
I never had a name.
You know,
you're that.
Mace may be gone, but the shade is still here.
I was trying to think of if there was some way to make a "I will fight in the shade" reference. You guys remember 300? I couldn't do it. I couldn't make a reference.
Relevant
Yeah.
reference. You know, this reminded me of, I've had it happen where, I don't know, I'm putting something together with super glue, and I got the super glue on a paper towel and started smoking. Have you heard of that?
No,
Super
what?
glue can catch things on fire, can start things on fire.
Is it just from the chemical reaction
Yeah.
of when it's proofing or
Yeah,
what have you?
That's exactly right.
From when he keeps it? Wow, that's crazy.
That's nutso butt.
So I literally had my paint towel start smoking on me. And at first, I hadn't heard of that before. I was like freaking out. I was like, oh my god.
That's so Butso the Clown.
Butts of the clown.
Wait, is that your clown name?
So,
Nutso Butso.
That's so Butso.
I never earned a clown name.
Dropped out. Maybe use a red for the accent if you're doing sandstone type scheme.
I was thinking,
Like a red
yeah,
brown?
some kind of red. I think.
Deep
might be
lava.
it.
Deep lava is one of my favorite colors in Capricorn. It's a really red brown, like a dark red brownish color, and
It's got great music too. Like, Deep Lava really knows how to play the guitar.
okay, I don't get this.
Deep purple. He's talking about
Oh.
the band that did Smoke on the Water.
Ice cream. Blue.
I don't have any brain anymore.
Okay, I'm gonna make you.
I'm a
I'm
little-
gonna
I'm a
brush
little
your teeth with this, okay?
I'm a little worried about you saying that the glue's making your eyes hurt after Hamster's just talking about how the glue kept
You
infecting
can't
water.
think of that.
Yeah.
Whoopsie.
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 Let's see.
So yeah, the dark
Nice.
Throw it on the fancy.
Bam,
turntable.
put it on
I
the
mean, it
turntable.
doesn't need to be super presented.
Put it on there.
Yeah. It's like depending on how armatures and
Yeah, so how does that work exactly? How does the armature work exactly?
basically we want something for the clay to be able to stick on, but not only stick on, like provide support for the piece so it doesn't like bend over time and break over time.
Like, take up space, so it's not all clay. You know,
Yeah.
Too.
The clay is like it's not that like super like yeah.
Okay.
More. Also, it's very important for like parts like, for example, the windows and stuff like that, especially longer spans. Over here,
Oh.
like this has like I put wire, like I drilled a hole between the armature and put wire and the wire.
Got it. So that it would actually maintain some sort of structure.
Yeah, and this armature is weak, so this part could break me. I'm gonna break it now.
But it kind of does work with it at least a little bit. Like in terms of like its design is supposed to be slightly warped.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I mean by it.
No,
It's
this
like,
part
so
like broke this way.
oh, I thought you meant like it was like bowing in or something
Yeah.
like that.
I
It's like-
purposely did that because old
Okay.
apartment, old places.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. It's like that's what I thought you meant. They're saying, by the way, Miles, I think it's to you. Maybe use a red for the accent if you're doing sandstone types.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm going with here. I found this. I mixed this nice like brown red. It's almost like a rust. I think it's very cool. I like the color a lot. I don't know. I mean, who knows how it'll look with the dry brush because I haven't mixed that together yet. But
Oh, those look so cool. The little shrubberies.
Toby.
shrubbery.
Toby.
Got it.
Oh, that's awesome. Nice.
It's my first time doing something like this. And,
We had to ruin it.
yep. I was really proud of these. Really happy about this. Really excited to show everybody my orc army from Ragecraft that I put effort into trying to like actually like give unique bases for and everything.
Are they hiding behind box setup for cover?
Yeah. 3/4.
Yeah. Well, their weak point is their shins.
Oh yeah.
So they're
all Achilles.
yeah. They're old Achilles shins.
Achilles shin.
Yeah. Yeah. Back, I've got pure white right here. So
Not the Knicks.
yes.
I don't
Who's
know.
Nick? Yes.
How about the Knicks? Cannon,
Cross.
Sparks, Jonas,
Saint?
Junior.
Saint June.
I enjoyed that way too much.
Elodian.
I kind of like. I enjoyed that way too much. I gotta pull it back. I gotta rescind that. Sorry.
I'm sorry I laughed so hard.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to validate you.
You've gotten me too many times today. I gotta stop you somehow.
Was the
This is
Tupac
the one.
was the Tupac thing today or was that
That was
yesterday?
today. Tupac was today.
Tupac was today.
Yeah.
Nice. That was a good one. I got you with Rhydon in the same. I think it was the same lunch.
It was.
Wow. Yeah, it was a good day. It's a really good day for Chris making jokes at Miles' expense.
Yeah.
Well, not really at your expense.
No, well, no, not really. Even the even the ride-on joke wasn't actually at my expense. But I just walked into it. I just felt guilty for allowing it to occur. You know.
Yeah. Oh well.
Guilty not going my way here.
Do we have? Did someone got like a thinner brush I can use? And this guy, he's not very. I got the little details on my mech.
Here's this brush over here.
Oh, thanks. I'll use that one for my eyeshadow. Or no, for my.
What are you trying to do exactly?
I gotta paint every single little tiny detail on him.
Okay. So you need. How small? This small?
Fucking small.
Bigger?
That might work.
Okay.
It's crazy. Just.
Now.
Alright. Let's move on to the next game.
Oh, what are you doing?
Another robot.
Oh, a lot of Rokobos.
Just doing one for each color from the 7th edition of the world's most popular role-playing fantasy game. Or Japanese RPG.
Wait, is he doing Dungeon Rogue Rokobo?
Yes.
I'm doing chromatic.
Oh.
Or I might do my purple. This guy.
Well, doesn't take as long as I thought.
Fucks me.
Is that also from stuff that I can't name?
No,
We're
it's
not-
from Final Fantasy. No.
We're not allowed to say
Yes.
Final Fantasy on stream, or they're gonna come after us.
Yeah.
They're like, how dare you enjoy our franchise?
Final Fantasy. That sounds.
Kill
Final Fantasy.
Chaos.
Yeah, that was rough.
I'm here to kill chaos.
I'm here to kill.
It's almost like it's almost Duke Nukem level of ridiculous. I'm here to kill chaos, chew up.
And everybody's wondering, like, is this supposed to be funny? And then Nomura's like, I think I finally created a masterpiece. I just wanted to tell a story with the theme of an angry man.
Finally, honestly.
It's
No,
legitimately.
it's Final Fantasy.
That's
Oh.
legitimately what he said. It's Final Fantasy.
Finally, fantasy.
That's the hit RPG that Rokobos are from.
Finally, fantasy.
You know it's fantasy when the main character dressed in an H&M.
I love the idea of finally fantasy being like this. cheap knockoff version. It's like the Bible Man of fucking.
I love Bible Man. Oh, Bible Man is so funny. Unintentionally, but it's so funny.
Finally, fantasy just sounds like, now that's what I call
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like this really weird, like.
I'm gonna refer to Final Fantasy exclusively as now that's what I call fantasy. Now that's what I call Fantasy 14.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Now that's what I call fantasy 13 too.
I mean, that is.
Now that's what I call Fantasy Tactics.
That's what I call Fantasy 7 Remake.
Integrate.
Remix. Ah, fuck. That would have been the better one. Remix.
No, that's what I call hearts. Man,
Tandem
Man.
side.
good time.
Yeah, we have that. You need me?
It's in the
All
side,
right.
Billy. You're not getting anything done today.
No.
You're not here.
Apple's gotta work.
Unbelievable. It's outside stream time. and-
Finally, it's Chris shaking his head at the jokes, right? The tables have turned.
I'm
Mine are the
constantly judging.
turntables. Tables have turned.
You should have just assumed, do a stacker shot for that.
Do I do a mech thing?
Plenty Omek.
Sure. I have no clue what I'm doing, and I can't mix the right orange. I might borrow an orange. Someone has an orange.
I've got oranges.
Paint the mech like it's naked.
Yeah.
Just imagine the mech in its underwear. Hang on.
Need wire.
Say I need water, I need wire.
He's got
Wire.
a wire.
Wire. Yeah, I got a lot of oranges here.
This. Gee, I might have mixed something I like.
Okay. Well,
I'm so sorry.
so you know that was really heavy to lift.
I appreciate that, and you.
Oh. Okay, so what do we do? So the bases on those are basically done. I think we're ready for those to just hit the table.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do I do a mech or do I finish my lion? Probably finish the lion, makes sense.
I was borrowing somewhere to water.
It's fine.
Yeah, we're gonna do the lion.
Like a mech?
Mech Lion.
Paint it like a mech.
Paint the lion like a mech.
Yeah.
I'm gonna paint this lion entirely with interference paints. It's gonna be glittery and purple.
Sounds like a good plan. I feel like you're making fun of me here, but sounds like a good plan. I like those.
Yeah. I have over 2,000 Bidoof candies and I still have not caught a shiny Bidoof. I'm losing my mind. This means that I have caught. You get okay. So if you catch a Bidoof and then transfer it, it's 4 Bidoof candies.
Yeah.
I have over 2,000 Bidoof candies right now. This is also after having evolved a couple as well.
Yeah.
So that's a couple other hundred. So that means I have caught.
No. Evolving it takes it, so it's minus. Actually, wait, you're right. Never mind.
Yeah. So that means I have caught over 500 Bidoofs.
What? 500?
And yet, not one of them has been a shiny Bidoof. I'm losing my
I'm gonna
mind.
open it up right now and we're gonna catch a shiny one. Watch me.
If you catch a third shiny Bidoof while I'm struggling to find it, and I'm sure I've caught more Bidoofs than you at this point. How much Bidoof candy do you
I
have?
have 1,000 something.
1,000? Yeah. So I've caught considerably more Bidoofs because this is all I've been doing for basically the last week. And I am just not getting. It's just driving me insane.
You're Bidoof.
I don't think you understand. I'm the person who, in Final Fantasy 14, what I've been doing, like I've got like 1,000 hours in 14. A solid 600 of them has been running around to each person that you can play Triple Triad against to try and beat them and get the card that they drop. And I will play them for days. I played the same person for 6 hours straight, trying to get them to actually drop their card and not getting the card up.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Tyler has completely abandoned any sense of dignity on the channel, so at this point, who cares? The 3 minutes he's been on stream, he's dropped like 1,000 F-bombs. So,
That's not nice.
besides, I don't.
That's littering.
It's. That's what. Yeah, that's very good.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Don't worry about it.
You're just getting demonetized. Yeah, the problem is I do really want to hit every little shape on this with a different color. I get where you're coming from with this, Miles.
But isn't it cooler to...
I tried to stick to just 3 colors. But no, I'm not the only lunatic doing the cards on 14. Dude, I think I've got almost all the cards. I think I've got all the cards from.
A la carte?
I'm pretty sure I've gotten all of the cards that you get from playing against people on the overworld
You know what you could do?
for everything except Stormblood.
Lots of color. Wanna do
I might have also done
stripe
Stormblood.
things, you know how like how
Completionist method of gaming or something.
decal.
That's the problem. The problem is that I really like ticking off boxes in games.
You can do that if you want to.
And there are way better. There are way better things you can do in games than tick off boxes. But for some reason, that's what I love to doing.
Well, when they give you the box.
When they give you the box, it's gotta get ticked, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta get ticked off.
Any particular color scheme that you think would be appropriate for a lion
Robot.
/ fighter? Shut up.
I want the Robo Lion.
Robo Lion.
The Liger Zero.
Liger.
It's not. Sorry, it's my favorite. Any particular? Okay, so if this dude was in our world, any particular paint scheme makes sense. Would his cape, any alignment, or any faction you think he'd be aligned with that would have a particular color?
Artifact.
If it's gonna be our game,
Yes.
the Venerian Isles are a place where the anthropomorphic races live.
Okay.
It's a series of islands that kind of like interconnect to each other from the.
Miles, I know where your cat girls are.
What?
What?
Oh. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So what are you thinking? That's where the anthropomorphics are. What?
Cape should be some form of regalia, like a purple border in that vein. I have one of the purples here right now.
That goes right against the yellow
Yeah.
fur part.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is that it's like you want something that's going to strike against his main body, so it's like that'll help. But then if you silver,
cool.
if you silver his armor, that'll also still.
Yeah, like a news.
Purple and silver.
News.
Yep. Yeah, treat him like a fucking Legends of the Hidden Temple. Was that? Is
My
that...
favorite Legend of the Hidden Temple team. The Silver Purples.
And they come out wearing completely different colors. Like,
They're wearing blue. They're wearing blue.
They're wearing blue, and it's just a
And it's
person's
simple.
face.
And then they're wearing blue shirts, and then like the on their chest is like a picture of like green oranges.
So limes.
Well, no, 'cause limes are squishy. Oranges are fully
They're
round.
all citrus.
it's already so random.
They're all
They just put
citrus. What are you
lines
talking
on the jersey.
That's clearly like
Talk
an
about
orange if
squishy.
you look at
Limes
it.
are much harder than oranges.
It's clearly,
No,
but I'm
but
talking
the
about
shape
their
is-
shape is
it's-
squishy.
it's
Uh,
like a football, whatever shape that
like a
is.
football.
Miles understands me.
egg. Kind of an egg shape.
Football.
Vaguely egg-shaped.
Rhombus.
Miles understands.
So
Not
I
really
mixed
sometimes.
together this. I was like, I'm gonna mix an orange. I'll throw some silver in there to make it kind of shiny. That's cool. I made copper, and I already have copper paint. I don't know why I went out of my way to mix a copper when I already have copper paint.
Do you have any robbers?
No, no.
Roberts.
Thank you, Tim. Robbers and robbers.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Thank you.
Wouldn't it be coppers and robs?
Yep, because it's a robot.
Coppers and robotic operators, buddy.
Okay.
Let's
That'd be a fun thing. Just go like, just pick something to base each color scheme off. One of my mechs is based off of Eggman. So,
Yeah.
you
Honestly,
feel
that
like,
would have been smart. I should have went that route.
Just be like, this one's gonna be based off of Johnny 5. Don't do that.
What? What happened?
Don't use that one. He doesn't have a particularly interesting color scheme.
He's just Rob.
Have you
Oh,
watched,
but I could do it based off of the Famicom.
Yeah, the Hamster.
Yeah.
Ugh.
you watched John Boy's watching series where they watch Legends of the Hidden Temple? No, I never heard of this.
These two that. I really want to see this.
I'd love to.
What's the name of it? Had Legends of the Hidden Olmec?
Yeah.
Hello. You were talking about your shoes earlier, Toby.
Yeah, they're very good.
They're very good shoes.
They're based on the VHS.
Oh,
They
that's
are good. Okay, we weren't sure. We were like,
even has the.
okay, yeah. We thought we were
Oh
like,
wow,
it looks
yeah.
like
Yes, that's the VHS.
Don't join in on this. Get out of here.
Fight. 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 Fight.
Yes, welcome
I
to the
started
newest
this-
hobby hack segment.
I started this stream and I can end it. It just takes a push of a button.
I
Right
believe
here.
it's called Hamster's Hobby Hang. I don't believe you started it.
Olmec is voiced by Phil Lamar.
Who's?
Olmec.
Oh,
The big head from
that's
Legends of the
really
Hidden
cool.
Temple.
Ooh. That makes sense. He was very popular for some time.
Yeah. Yeah, the same 5 people get all the voiceover jobs
That
at
is
any
true.
given time. So
That's true.
Well, like major.
I guess I just am surprised that they got a major voice actor for Legends of the Hidden Temple instead of just pulling somebody off the street.
Well, it's like you're talking like 1994, 1995 when that show starts.
I have no idea.
So
I was but the babe.
I mean, maybe it was 96 or 97 or whatever. But like, Phil Lamar, that was like
Do we have any
that was when he
do
was
we have any Nickelodeon
really
gas
starting his career.
historians? in the chat?
Not starting, but like that was when he was.
That was called Nickelodeon Gas.
Yeah, games.
Games and sports. Well,
So
so
they
they
have Prime, they have Gas. What else do I need? Nickelodeon.
Toby, with you, everything's gas.
Oh,
That's a funny Timon there.
Toby, with you.
Yeah, it's much more like,
Hey,
don't even say it.
no, I'm saying like, what if Timon was voiced by Rodney Dangerfield?
Oh my.
No worries, no worries,
Very different.
no worries.
Yeah. Not only did I make a copper paint, but the copper paint I had looks better. So the orange I mixed is useless to me.
Okay,
I'm just gonna paint over it.
good.
That's the fun
Good
thing about
choice.
painting.
Well, right now I'm trying to determine what kind of blue I want this thing to be. Like, what's the base? Because right now,
I think that came out after his role in Pulp Fiction. Like,
yeah, he's in Pulp Fiction. He's the
in
guy.
what?
He's the guy who gets his head blown off.
Oh,
I can't remember the character's name, but like he's
oh,
the guy.
is it like Marvin or something? It's
Marvin, yeah.
Yeah.
He's the guy who lives in that scene when they're interrogating the guy.
I was thinking. I was
they take
thinking. I
him
was like.
away and he gets shot in the head.
I was thinking. I was like. There's really a limited number of people he could be in this.
Yeah.
Like in this movie. He's very.
He was also
clearly-
on Mad TV for a number of years.
I feel like I remember so little of Mad TV. But
I
then
only remember Stewart.
But then I remember some of it in like. Remember Stewart?
It's my favorite.
Look what I can do.
I
How
love
could I can?
it.
I'm trying to figure out. Should I do this base? That purple as
Yes.
the base, or one of these blues as the base?
Do the purple underneath, so the purple's in the shadows, and then the blue. Goes
Yeah,
on the
that's
top.
what I mean. It's like
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what that was, and I wanted to do the best one. So that'll be good.
What did you do?
I don't know. Sometimes on one of his wings.
Uh oh.
Oh, it might just be like a bigger dollop of orange
Good thing
that I
to
didn't notice.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I never actually drink anything with these hobby hangs. I realized.
Yeah,
Do you wanna
do involve
cider?
with your mouth.
Have one. You can have it.
I don't know what that meant.
I can go in a lot of different
I
directions.
know. I was just trying to say that you talk a lot, and it very involved with your mouth was not what I was trying to say.
I think I do just concern myself with. Well, I try to
No,
like
you
fill
paint
the air.
a lot, dude. Like you paint a lot, and you just kind of like you're just focused, man. You don't have to drink. That's
Yeah,
like,
not like
not
me.
who you are. You know,
Who am I?
Hamster, you are a good person.
Oh, that's good.
Man,
One of
that's
those things.
really sold that one. Like, it was one of the least convincing.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, you're a good person.
Well, that's just what you say when you don't know what to say, you know?
Yeah.
I've seen both of you act better than that. I don't.
Yeah, I've seen adults.
Hamster.
I think I was specifically told not to see it.
Yeah, you were. Miles and Chris had the unfortunate position of, you know, well, Chris lived with me, but I don't know. That was.
There was. You.
You did well.
Yeah, this is the thing. You were definitely one of the better parts of that movie.
Yeah, but it.
But there was a couple scenes that you could show people and
That I did.
be like,
I put them in my reel because I was like, well, none of my other shows are actually freaking getting done. And that was always the one thing, right? It was like, look, as much as I don't think that this was a fantastic project,
You
it
did
at least
get finished.
Like,
Yeah.
that was like more than I could say for everything else that I had done. Even the thing
done
that
is better than perfect.
well, guys, that was the thing. Like, even the thing that I was super proud of. There's one of them that I was like, I love this idea and I loved this
That
experience.
really never got finished, huh?
No, it didn't, and I was so mad about it because it was like the photographers.
Yeah,
That's
because
5 years ago. That's,
yeah,
that's 5.5 years
because
ago.
they kept saying like, "Oh yeah, we're about to send you your footage."
It was so upsetting because it was just like this was a lot of work that we put into this, and it was so fun. It was like slightly improv based, and so the woman I was working with as the co-lead, oh man, it was so fun working with her. She was hysterical, and oddly enough, she became friends with one of my friends in Portland, just like through you know, acting circles are pretty close, like or pretty small, but like. It was like, oh, I didn't, you know this person? That's great. This person is awesome. But anyway, it's just.
Well, and there's the stretch of there's like 3 movies I did in the
Yeah.
span of like a year and a half, where I was like the lead in all of them, and I was like pretty happy with at least parts of most of them, and 2 of them I legitimately thought were like good movies that could have actually
Yeah.
done well, like.
In a short.
And all 3 of them just died in editing and never got finished.
So that's
Nixon.
Stranger Than Nixon, Rage, and what?
Mind over matter.
Never Matter was a short. That one was the shortest one out of all 3.
That's
Well,
the-
maybe they never even got an assembly cut together, so I have no idea how long it was.
Well, I just mean like in terms of
I
in
shot that
terms of
one
actual
first.
scripting. In terms of actual scripting, it was the shortest. It had the most
Yeah. Well,
succinct.
it also had the most silence
Yeah.
out of all of them.
There's
Although
a
I guess
lot.
I'm actually surprised. Like looking back at Nixon, I'm surprised at how few lines I actually have in that movie.
I think that about Uncle Gareth all the time, though, so I think that's just like a thing in shorts.
Did you hear that?
Oh, no, I was so grateful, because I was memorizing that script on set. I don't, like...
I love the idea of like I noticed how little lights I got. Like as if you were that person. That's what
Yeah. No, actually, deeply grateful. I don't know.
What is this? I think that.
Yeah. Hasn't been a comment in a while.
No, I don't. No, I'm just.
Like, just every time I get, like, a little piece like that painted, I'm like, fucking did it.
Yeah. Like that was me with these guys
Yeah.
and the sword,
Yeah.
like all, and the reins. The reins.
Yes.
Was another one that was
Those are excellent. Those turned out so good.
I think I just had that slight steady hand kind of thing where it's like used to having to use things that aren't meant for like used to having to use things that are meant for different things. Like a flat brush I'll use to try to like do pinpoint painting because it's the only one I had.
It sounds awful.
It is.
It's like weight training, you know. You have to be extra steady because you have the wrong tools, and when you get the right tools, your hands are
Very
extra
different.
steady.
Yeah.
Like when
Very different.
Mr. Incredible was benching like cars.
Well, do you think he's benching cars from the movie Cars?
You wouldn't bench press a car.
Also, well, I guess train cars.
Yeah. You're right.
I'd say
No, but he does lift that car up at one point, and the kid's looking, and you know.
something I made.
Yeah, see
That
who
was
writes
some of the
this
that was like the most iconic line delivery of that year.
Wait, what was
I
that
got-
again? I
That was
recognize it.
Incredibles. That was the kid when he's like, "What do you want?" He's like, "What are you waiting for?" He's like,
I don't know, something incredible. Yeah,
Something amazing.
something amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
You can't say incredible. That's a name drop. Yeah.
Right.
Something amazing, I guess. And it's just
Because
like,
I
Me
guess.
too,
Well,
kid.
no, because it's not. I guess is not trying to be mean. The I guess is like, I guess.
it's not trying to be mean. It's it also was like a thing where it's just like, man, you really got a kid in here.
Yeah.
Like only a kid would like
Say something like that.
deliver it that way. Yeah.
Awesome.
But that is one of the lines I remember most clearly from.
Well, that's why like Laura Bailey, Tara Strong, and Grey Delisle, and Cree Summer. You know, that's why those 4 actresses like do a bulk of kids because they have that capability to go to that place of like keeping
Alison
the
Brie as
wonder.
Vincent Adultman. I remember watching BoJack for the first time, and
just like realizing it was Alison Brie.
yeah, there's a certain point, like the second episode that Vincent Adultman is in, there's a line that she delivers in a way where I was like, wait, that was her baby voice from Community.
Yep. Yeah.
And
I thought I could remember the line, but what I was remembering is the line from Community that it sounded most like, which is, what's the mission in
it's that. It's that line. Yeah.
Yeah, at a certain point. Sexes.
What's the
Oh man.
Yeah. Oh, that was...
Yeah.
You think she plays D&D?
She has.
I don't need to have more of a crush. Oh, God.
Like, please, no. Just tell me she hates it.
I'm already down catastrophic.
I love how you could go through this office and find a huge number of people who could do an impression of Hamster's joking voice. like not his regular voice, but like his very.
I love hearing people's impressions of his laughter.
Everyone has a hamster impression.
Yours has like much eviler connotations, Chris.
You don't know him the way that I
That's
do.
my bad side.
Oh man, I've never tried to do a hamster impression.
I'm rusty.
Well,
No. I'm like thinking about it. I'm like, what would I do?
next hobby hang, we're having audition.
Okay. Yeah.
Hamster impersonator.
This hamster's moving on. We need someone to step up to be the new hamster.
Hello.
That's
I am Hamster.
We're looking for America's next top hamster.
It's gonna be me.
Yeah, I can only imagine what would happen on that show.
Imagine no more. It is.
It's winter.
Winter is coming. The hamsters.
Don't hibernate just yet. Pat your cheeks and get on the couch.
Oh dear.
Oh, Topulus is doing a hamster impression.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Oh.
You want to read what he says?
I'm walking here with my 2.5 copies of Indomitus that I've totally opened and assembled and painted. Not.
Your impression of yourself?
Yeah.
Well, that's what Topulus
That's
wrote.
me
That was
talking.
Ben reading.
Oh.
Yeah.
I reveal too much in the Discord. I reveal my hobby woes. My hobby faults.
That's right. You can learn all of our darkest secrets on the Discord.
Yeah, there you go.
Sign up for the Discord.
Sign up for the Discord and find out exactly what we're ashamed of.
I got the Dominion box too.
Oh, you did?
Oh yeah. I couldn't pass up a new dish.
I think you mean a ditch.
I told myself we need a Chris emote.
Poggers!
Yeah, we need poggers. We need new poggers that are just Chris.
Unbelievable. Dominion box, good.
The mini box
I was
is
very
pretty good.
good.
2.5 copies? Yeah, Hamster got 2.5 boxes of Indomitus.
Looks awesome.
I still don't entirely understand how that stuff
What's the
works.
blue?
Oceanic blue.
I mean, it depends. Like, do you want it to stay dark?
Yes.
Here's the thing. I
No,
love.
I'm gonna highlight something. Like,
Okay,
I just mean like,
I-
does that? I was trying to do some little bit of like dry
Oh yeah.
on.
I mean, I
it,
think
like,
you can go harder on the dry brush, but here's the thing, and Chris said it too. Throwing purple under blue and blue under purple any day of the week, man.
Yeah, baby!
Yeah, baby!
Yeah, baby!
What if I throw blue under the bus?
I need one more color. I
Ew.
need one more color. I have silver and copper and green, and I need one more color.
Okay. What do you want to be?
I don't know.
Wait, what?
Do
Alright,
you want
I need a color that goes-
Like, do you want to do a lighter or a darker?
honestly, going with white or black might not be a bad idea.
I was trying to direct those corners.
Like markings, like a decal sort of markings.
Yeah.
That'd be cool, like numbers or stripes or.
What would you?
There's just some
Numbers,
blocks.
stripes,
There's just
some
some blocks that I need to be another color that I don't want to be silver or copper. Because I'm doing silver and copper all over this
What
thing.
parts are they?
Just like see some of the
Like
details
panels?
on this gun. Yeah, some of those panels on the gun. I don't want to leave them green, but I don't want to
Yeah.
do them silver.
I think like a dark gray or black would be at least a start. Here, you know what I would do?
Yeah.
Do it black or a dark gray just to separate them, and then then you can like see it better almost of like how it will look as if you want to change the color. But just separate where you want a different color.
Like that's where there's stuff like that, like little details like that I don't want to just like leave green.
I mean, you could also do an accent. Right.
That's what I was
That's
thinking.
true.
Like,
I mean, that's probably how it will end up.
yeah, but like so starting out with the gray.
Start with the gray because like you can go over it with anything pretty well.
Yeah.
But then you'll see how it's separated out. And you'll have a better visual for yourself.
100%.
All right, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Dude, this one I have a gray I could use. I don't want to mix it gray.
Yeah.
I'm tired of
I've
making.
got a wealth of paints over here.
Wow.
Thank you.
Just in
Please-
case you needed to
Appreciate
hear
it.
Dominion,
What kind of
no.
gray you want?
Verdicts, I did not buy 2.5 copies of Dominion. I was a good boy and only bought one $200 box.
Tempest Gray, Mountain Stone, or Wolf Gray? Wolf Gray is the lightest. Tempest Gray's got a bit of purple swirling in there. Mountain Stone is darker.
Give me Tempest Gray.
This lone wolf hates.
Yeah, he wants the one with a little bit of purple swirling.
Honestly, it sounds interesting, and if it looks good, it might just be my accent color.
Mix gray from contrast and colors to change it up. Topulus thinks we know color theory.
You have a color wheel in one of your tubs. I saw it today. I could steal that.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why the South doesn't want
It took everything in my power to not just make this robot teal and orange.
That'd be sweet though.
Yes, I love a good teal and orange.
Yes.
Trying to-
a slow news day.
Orange and blue make a nice gray.
That's your Carson. It's John
Yeah,
Stewart.
anything that's. Did your brain explode with the theory of that?
Ah!
Anything that's opposite on the color wheel will mix into
Yep.
like a gray, but if
Yep.
you use those colors,
It's
it'll
like-
like be more chromatically interesting.
It's like music theory, right? Like I don't want.
Yeah, the dissonance. This is dissonance.
Yeah, like I want to listen to music. I don't want to imagine. Right? Yeah, where did Toby go?
He did leave, and I think he said something, but I don't know what he did.
That's a great Britta. Who did
Mhm.
Britta?
Me.
Who did Britta?
Slow news day.
Slow
That's my-
news day.
That's your-
Yeah.
Rick says, "Keep your math out of my
Man,
music."
sounds just like Britta.
I'm in
Yeah,
the
spit it out.
genie bottle.
Yeah, I gotta make my notches here. I am in.
Genie bottle.
Now I'm in the Troy seat at the table. Unfortunately, I'm in both the Troy and the Pierce seat at the table.
Wow, that's a complicated relationship.
Yeah.
If you're both, I guess that's
really-
You're Shirley.
Really, really
You're Annie.
Britta, and then Toby is on.
Toby's on
I'm
it.
Annie.
And you at home.
You at the home. You're
I'm Annie.
Yeah. Because I have 3 kids.
The only thing I remember. The only
I got 3 kids.
I
Man, that
should
show
rewatch
has
that
so many
show,
good
man.
bits.
Yeah.
That's a
So many good
rewatch it.
bits.
I think
Yeah.
I've seen it through twice already. Yeah.
It's one of the.
I
best.
remember my second one through.
Same. Like,
Oh, to be young, only watching Community for the 3rd time.
literally, like I can.
Keep your math out of my music. Yeah.
The only thing I remember from my music theory class, because for some reason the music department hated the theater department. I don't know why, but
No, that's fine.
the music teacher like didn't want anything to do with us. And there's this little like under 5 foot girl with this really high squeaky voice, and she was talking, and so
Translates, yeah,
Yeah.
physically that makes sense.
and so but then she hated me and my best friend Jim, who's 6'3", now in the army, like
Okay.
base. And she's like, talking over here, and she goes, "Jim, be quiet." And he's like, "What are you talking about?"
That's actually what he sounds like.
A little sometimes, actually.
It's so good.
You
I
your natural voice sounds like an impression of Patrick Warburton.
the only thing that I remember from music theory is a song that my friend made up, which was I got you.
I thought I had one on my keychain, but apparently I don't.
I meant to keep the one for Mesa's birthday. I think I have it somewhere, but I lost it.
Fine, that's yeah. My friend made a song that was very funny. It's because he would make discordant tones, and while he like it was harmonized as he moved up the scale, and then as he ended the song, it was like it would just
was
be like
like
he just like
totally
mashed his
upset.
hands on the piano essentially. He was like, "It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. It's music theory."
Oh god!
It's like
everyone vomited their
it's
chest.
theory. Yeah, it was like the most fucking. What was his name? Oh, he was super big when we were in high school in choir.
You know how much just hearing
Um,
2.5 Men song like upsets me.
Oh, what was it? It was what's his name? Shoot, he had like Eric something. Whitman?
Oh, the choir guy?
Yeah. Like,
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
yeah.
I know
I'm
who
trying
you're
to remember what his name is.
It's Eric something. I forget.
Eric Whitaker. Eric Whitaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eric Whitaker had like that was all he wanted to do was make every tenor, and it was always so frustrating because that was always my part. Was that he was like everybody
No
knows
wonder where
you
you
get to sing a very harmonious thing.
He's had like a vendetta against tenors.
Yeah, and so every tenor part in all of his songs is like, all right, you're the one who's gonna make the discordant tone. It's like, great, thank you.
I just remember,
And I was like, I don't want to know what it feels like to be an alto.
I remember us doing Brigadoon, and we didn't have. So we had like 7 dudes in the entire show because only 4 auditioned.
Oh, that's right.
So they had
And
to like
so-
just recruit 3 rangers.
Yeah, she like
For me.
she pulled some kids out of. It's my sophomore year, yeah.
Yeah,
So you weren't there yet. So she pulled some kids out of choir to join in Brigadoon, and we just didn't have enough tenors for a tenor section to exist.
yeah.
So she just rolled me into soprano.
You're sitting there. Hey, Rabbit.
Hey, Rabbit Burner!
Hey, Rabbit.
What
Bunny's in the house.
Well, don't have the bunnies in the house. They just...
Subscribe to Prime.
As long as
Thanks,
they-
Rabbit.
As long as they wipe their paws. Y'all
Y'all-
still at work?
yeah.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
We're not allowed to leave.
We've shifted the hobby hang to
They've
work.
locked us in.
Oh my.
Yeah, we're.
They ate the key.
We hang
And
from
then
the office.
eat the key.
Yeah, that's what they do.
It's...
Up
I
and
know
up
the
and-
thing,
Paws
but,
in there like we don't care. I got a pee-pee.
Cool. We all witnessed that. We were all part of that, and
I'm just glad that you were all here
Yeah.
to witness that with
Yeah.
us.
it was a good thing that we all needed to hear.
I don't think I'm gonna keep this gray, but I'll paint. But like,
But
I'll
that's-
mark everything I want to make the accent color.
Oh, that's actually a good
with
idea.
the gray.
Yes. That was what we were saying all along, obviously.
Yeah.
Don't eat the crab, dude.
Don't eat the crab dip. Okay, so now that we're doing these out of the office, and you two are involved, how many of these are going to turn into a just quoting community?
Not a lot. I think it's just
Really?
Oh, like 1 out of 3.
I'm trying not to. I mean, like, you know, it's just.
This is you trying not to, because the.
To be fair, I'm not upset if this turns into a quoting
Yeah.
community.
If you want.
I'm not going to be upset if it turns into a quoting community.
No, I know. I just mean, like, yeah,
I'm just curious.
it's not intentional.
I know it's not upset, it's just who we are.
You know, we're friends.
Where'd my blade still go? It's in my hand.
It. Come on, Chris, get
Come on.
together.
Get it together.
Christ is hard. That's probably my favorite Garrett.
The world is
Yeah.
in crisis. Just a community against. I don't know.
My favorite Garrett line is, "I want to see what happens."
Everyone asks,
Wait, what am I
everyone
doing?
asks where's Rabbit, but never how's Rabbit.
Pagliaccio.
Oh, you should see Pagliaccio. Famous Russian clown.
But comrade, I am Pagliaccio. Don't worry.
I genuinely think it was a not funny joke that only
Yeah.
became funny to us because it's how we found out that Mace didn't know about Pagliacci.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh my god. How uncultured is this office?
Plebeians.
Absolutely disgusting.
Pleb.
Welcome to the pleb zone.
Pagliacci.
Featuring Kobe. What are you guys doing here? This is my zone.
Yeah, new stream incoming, the pleb zone.
Oh, sorry, royalty. This one's for the plebes. Ugh. So so Pagliacci is a very famous joke.
Do you want to do this?
We can't let him not know. Who knows, like, how much this will affect his life in the future?
Probably
I'll
not.
never fully be
Funny
able
how-
to appreciate
It's
it.
a common reference. It's gonna be so embarrassing if, like, this happens at, like,
I've
a
never
night.
heard it besides you,
It
and
happened
you're the
like a
guy
nice-
who keeps talking about
I-
a B movie and a goofy movie.
Okay.
So,
Alright. This isn't quite on the same level of cultural relevance as B-movie or Goofy movie.
well, this is exactly what I'm talking about. It's not relevant at all.
No, it's extremely... Okay, so no, this is like a Goodwill Hunting thing. This is like a Robin Williams in general thing. You know who Robin Williams is?
I don't know who that.
Okay.
Do you know who Robin Williams is?
You don't know who Robin Flubber Williams is?
Oh.
I thought his middle name was. I thought his middle name was the Genie.
Robin the Genie Williams. It sounds...
No,
it
his
sounds
middle name
like
is
a
Robin
really bad...
Williams.
Middle name is Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Robin Williams. Robin Williams. Williams.
Yeah.
Robin Williams.
Hey, Chuck's in the house. How are you?
Hey, Chuck, how's it going?
We're just losing our minds over here.
So the joke goes. It's this guy comes into.
Man walks into a doctor's office.
Yes, man
Or
walks
it's
into
like a therapist's office.
You want to tell it? Oh, go ahead.
No, I want you both to try to tell it, and you're each interrupting each other.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I'll be the
I was
doctor.
just kidding.
I'll be the doc in this night's performance. I'll play the doctor, and you can play the man.
Just kidding.
Well, now nobody gets to hear it. Are you?
Yeah, you guys go again. Your couple bickering.
Fight.
Listen,
Fight. I missed it. I
We
should have
didn't-
jumped in earlier.
we didn't mean to become Statler and Waldorf, but we are, and just you have to accept it.
I have to accept anything. Do I have to accept it? What?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay, I accept it.
So, like Chris was saying, the joke goes.
No, I want to hear from Chris.
Stop.
I was trying to hand it up.
Man walks into a doctor's office and tells the doctor that he feels terrible. His stomach is constantly hurting. He wakes up every day sad. He doesn't see like a reason to go on living. And the doctor says, "Well, there's not much I can do. It sounds like you're depressed. So tell you what, this is what you should do. The world famous clown Pagliacci is in town tonight. You should go and see him, and he'll lift your spirits." The man says, "But doctor, I'm Pagliacci." That's the joke. That's the.
Yes,
It's incredibly
It's
famous
normally
joke.
delivered by
I'm
Rorschach,
sorry.
and he goes,
No.
I'm Pagliacci.
Okay,
Just
I will
clown
let-
makeup caked onto those jowls.
That's so good. What do you
I'll
say,
let
Joe?
you know if I ever hear someone reference that to make sure you know that it was actually relevant in my life. I don't think I'm ever going to like.
I guarantee, at some point in your life, somebody is going to reference Pagliacci. It's an incredibly commonly referenced thing.
Yeah.
And when it happens, you're going to know that it was
Okay,
referenced.
it's only
You're going to
common-
think
we're gonna
about
take
me.
that
It's only
sweet
commonly
nectar.
referenced because you're the one commenting.
That is simply not true. That is simply not true. I'm telling you now. This is not a me thing. This is not a weird, oh, Chris thinks B movie is authentically like a good work of art. Like this is not that level. Pagliacci is actually like a cultural touchstone.
It is.
This is not something I'm making up.
Prove it.
I mean, I knew about it, and I'm uncultured. I know nothing, and I did happen to know about this one, so.
Watch The Magicians.
I love The Magician! Ah!
I was part of the first season.
Eyes are
I
up.
liked it.
Cookies are ready.
It's fun.
What?
What?
Wait, is that authentically what's going on?
No.
No.
Is that where you went? Oh.
Do you want clay?
To eat.
Yeah.
eat clay?
Yeah. I'll try anything once. And then clay's exactly one of those things that I can try once.
Clay is one of those things where you can only
Too
try.
much parts of the See, yeah, Ghost Redon says it's stone. Oh man.
Wait. Oh. Was Chuck talking about Michelle?
Yeah.
I think Rabbit was asking.
Says she's upstairs sculpting awesome stuff.
Okay.
Oh yes, I saw some stuff. Me and Tyler saw some stuff
Yeah.
in the
It
development.
is very cool.
Nate showed off the flower box and on the anvil.
Oh, cool.
Or the window
Good.
box, I should
Yeah.
say.
Yeah. She's just great work.
That's fun.
We should have her do more stuff. These are run often.
She's going horde on the next thing. I'll tell you what.
So anyway, I know you're just doing a weird voice. For some reason, you said like she's going. I heard like she's going horde, and I'm like,
Oh, like
eh,
World of Warcraft?
I
Yeah.
That's played that actually. So
I
maybe.
feel like there is a part of me that thinks that Michelle might. It's like, they got the better bounce. I gotta be honest.
Yeah, does Michelle play Warcraft?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Just opened Greta Van Fleet's latest CD, The Battle of Garden's Gate. Oh yeah, Greta Van Fleet. May have to get the vinyl because the album insert art would make a great DF backdrop.
Oh,
I
cool.
need to see that. You familiar with Greta Van Fleet?
I was saying, oh, cool to the album insert art being a cool backdrop. That's what I was
Yes. What? Are you familiar with Greta Van Fleet?
No, I'm not. No,
Okay,
I'm not.
thank you.
Greta Van Fleet.
Fresh.
Yeah, let's go, baby.
Cool.
Greta Van Fleet is essentially like, but what if Van Halen was still around?
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I found out really well.
That's big.
I don't know.
No, the other one's Big Bird.
Oh.
It is.
Well, it's the yellow one, so. Is Tyler glaring at me?
Got some ambiance.
I'm gonna be because.
It's supposed to be a surprise.
Hot.
The Big Bird is supposed to be a surprise. Sorry. Big Bird.
Why are you doing that for me? What are you doing?
Why are you doing it in front of me? Why did you tell me it was a surprise? Why did you?
Yeah, so the plan of moving the hobby hang to the office is that anybody can drop in. Which is how you end up with this lovely conversation.
Brian W. Foster comes in. Hey guys, it's like we didn't mean you.
Yeah, you never know who's gonna show up.
we didn't. No.
Yeah, Brian Foster's always brought the line.
Look at that.
Ooh, that looks cool. Nice. Is this a little heart spatula?
Nice.
If you want to think it's a heart.
Yeah, that's what I
More
use
trip,
for.
more trip.
That's how you eat your heart out.
Yeah, so basically anybody at the office who wants to can drop into this. And so that's
Anyone who knows where our office is welcome.
we literally can't say no.
The fashion people across all just roll in like.
Honestly, they probably would be fun to hang out with. I haven't talked to them a couple of times.
Really?
Yeah, they're nice people.
They all seem like they don't want to talk to me.
No, they're just nice. They're
Maybe that's just my self-consciousness again.
I mean, they're like
Probably.
us in certain ways, where they're like, they're just doing their work. Yeah, they're just doing their work. So it's like they're not looking for friends or anything in their building.
I only
they're
call them work for friends.
but they're in the building is what I said.
Oh,
But they're
How many
they're
have you
nice.
made?
They're nice. They're nice people.
0.
You know, I've got some fashion ideas.
Yeah. Just slip some sketches under the door.
Wilson, I just didn't know if you wanted to know. I don't know if you had any.
Look, I'm only working here to get in the building so I can get closer to them.
What about the people next door?
We never know who they are.
Are there still people next door?
What's next door?
Some
That or
people
that?
get kicked out.
It gets rented out.
Well, people over here, they always have packages for like a whole 2 or
Yeah.
3 weeks
It's-
before they go somewhere.
It seems like all they do is get packages and hammer things. I don't know what's going on over there.
That sounds like us.
We do more than just give packages and hammer.
But we don't know what they do, so we can't say that.
Right, but ours is set right on our door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to most people, they're not going to know what a dwarven forge is.
I don't. It's kind of self-explanatory.
Yeah.
We are dwarves. We have a forge.
Yeah.
It's very dwarven in that way.
Yes.
You
That
say
was good
people,
shit.
people don't know who dwarves are?
Fight, fight, fight. I almost missed that one. Dang it.
The biggest fight.
We need another. We need another. What did we call them? The build offs.
Bill jams.
Bill jams. We didn't have a bill jam.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Yo, Chuck says, I have a display sword idea. Might be fun to build on Hobby Hang if you want to branch out for mini painting. Here's the thing. You can do
Yeah,
anything
dude.
creative on the stream that you want.
Who's
Mesa's done drawing.
That's Chuck.
Oh, obviously Toby's sculpting. Anything you creative,
Painting.
especially if it's a sword. Please come on. and
Yeah.
do
That's well.
Make it
He's
quick.
talking about
Sounds
a
awesome.
display sword. I wonder, Chuck. Do you mean like a way to display the sword, or you're making one to display? But anyway, either way, it's rad either way.
I need to figure out what I'm gonna replace this gray with.
Do you know what song this is? Someone's asking.
This is the intro music to Donkey Kong Country.
Oh.
This is a Donkey Kong Country album by Amy Waters.
Are these his purples? Is this the,
Yes,
is this
use
the
it.
purple you used?
This is the
Yes.
purple I used.
Oh. What's it look like?
That's yellow.
I always wanted to try out Monster Clay. That's
Might be
it's like our
slightly
go-to
darker
play.
than that. That might be slightly
Yeah.
lighter than that.
Sorry on the sniper. Sorry.
Well, sniper?
No, I'm kidding. Don't put that. I didn't know where to put
Here,
it.
I
So.
got you.
Monster Clay. Yeah.
If anything, you could also mix those together.
Oh shit.
Well,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're good. Nobody lost.
Okay, this goes somewhere else. I'm sorry.
Sorry, Kai.
Looks like a fun medium. Yes, it is.
What?
No, it's hard.
On-
Hard Monster Clay.
I
That's
said fun medium.
Ayo.
All right. Well, it doesn't scan if you say it's a hard medium.
No, it's a fun hard. I can't. I feel like I'm gonna go to jail for saying those two words next to each other. Actually.
Chuck says he can do both. He has 2 foaming swords. He wants to create a beaten plaque to hang on.
Whoa.
You like woodworking on the hang?
That sounds cool.
How's that?
This is the in between?
This is the. Wait.
No, I think.
Yeah, this is the image. That's the new. I'm just saying, like, how does that look? to you?
What?
So this was the one that he's using. This was the one I was using. This is the new one I just pulled. And I'm just saying, like, how does that look?
It's a little bluer than I want.
Okay.
A little more red in it.
I'm trying to get some of the other purples out there.
I appreciate it. You're doing work for me, and I appreciate that endlessly. Yeah, screw it. I'm going green and purple. You know.
I'm going green, Barney.
Ayo, Barney Mac.
We're gonna learn some letters.
I mean, it's also Evangelion, but like, it's funnier if I say Barney.
I forgot that was the color scheme in
Evangelion
Evangelion.
is based off of Barney.
It's canon.
That's why he's like, ah!
I'm watching that for the first time.
Yes, no spoilers.
Yeah, no,
How's it
no,
going?
no color spoilers. I haven't seen the unit one yet. So. Just kidding.
That actually, no, that is good. Yeah, I didn't realize what you're doing. Sharing is caring, and I love you, and you love me too.
I love it. I love it.
I hate it.
Give me a hug, Shinji.
Is that what we want?
Yes.
It's like he has to. No, he would be. So here's the thing. Would the dinosaurs be the Evas?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, actually,
So Barney
Pretty
would.
close,
So
yeah.
So Barney wouldn't be Gendo.
no.
Barney
he
Barney
be
would be
the Mac.
Ava 2. One.
3.
The one that Shinji's in is.
Is
I
3.
thought it was there. Because that was the part that the Ray was supposed to.
0.5.
Asuka.
Asuka
No,
is-
Asuka's in 3, isn't she?
I thought she was
Is she in
in
2?
Here,
Oscar's
hair's
in
breadth
3.
from
Oscar's
spoilers.
in 3.
Asuka's in 3.
I'm watching it.
I haven't watched
And
it.
he's got to be 2 because Ray is.
Ray is 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, one of them is 0.
Yeah.
Ray is 0.
Ray is 0.
Well,
Toby.
that makes sense since Ray means.
I'm sure Toculus knows. Oh, that's a
What is
that's a
this
long
link?
link.
Oh,
We can
here's
also
what I like to
look
make
it
for
up.
them.
That's it.
Ray is 0. Shinji is 1.
Okay.
Yeah, the purple.
Because 2 got retired.
Oh yeah.
And so Asuka's in 3, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's right. Oh yeah, I remember.
It's been a minute.
I remember what happens with 2. Yeah, never mind.
It's been a minute since I watched
My favorite thing is, so I finally got Hamster to start watching it, and one of the first things he said, he messaged me, he's like, do they have figures I can buy?
No, I was like, oh man, is this gonna get me into like Gunpla stuff? And he's like, yes.
I can show you some pictures. One of my friends, Warren, does a lot of Gunpla.
it. Stefan.
It's awesome.
Sorry, my own brother. Stefan. He had Eva 1 and 3 as like figurines. And I remember being like super into them. I was like, these are fucking so cool. And he was like, don't touch them. They don't play with them. I was like, oh, but they're cool. But they're so cool.
Yeah, but you haven't seen what they do to you.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It was like I think it's so funny because like sometimes that was what Stefan did. He was just like, you're not ready for this yet. And I was like,
Who is the
"What?
ready-
I think it sounds like so cool.
Wait, Asuka pilots too.
I mean, yeah, I know it's the red one. Maybe it is 2. Maybe I'm
Okay.
mistaken. thing, and I
So
want
he was,
to
he was always just like, but don't. I was like, I remember he played vampire in high school.
So you're at the part. So you've met Asuka.
Yes, I'm
So you're like-
at the part where they're like, we can be friends. They're like on the grass on the hill at
Yeah.
night, and they're all like chilling
Yeah.
there.
That's one of the most interesting relationships in the show, I think.
That's when it really started to turn, and I'm like, okay, we're getting something going here. You know, I was saying it was a little slow to start, which I appreciate what you said about like, okay, that's the thing.
It's the point. It needs that time
Monotony.
to build it up.
But then I said, I was like, okay, so it made it way more satisfying when it started kind of rolling.
I'm an idiot. I need one of those. I need a holder. I'm like, why is this so difficult? Because I have nothing to hold my mini. Thank you so much.
Oh yes, I can never do. This will cramp you up doing the little pinchy thing.
Yeah, it's been driving me nuts. I'm
You're
like,
gonna
why
get
is
free.
this so hard? So I didn't have my cork.
It doesn't. No,
He's done something.
we know what we're talking about.
Yeah. Also, I'm reversing the color scheme because I'm doing green with purple accents instead of the reverse. I think I have that right, but
You
I,
have that.
cool. I
It's
can't
purple
actually
with-
picture it
it's
in my
purple with
head.
green accents, and there's even a couple parts.
So you're doing you're doing the baby dinosaur instead of Barney.
Yeah.
Okay.
Might be called Baby.
Maybe.
It's something. They all start with B. I remember the yellow one is BJ.
BJ is
Oh,
the,
yeah.
is the yellow one, but
And he's like, I ride a skateboard. I have a cool hat.
Also, Gunpla Good Hamster.
You would get
the kids are
extremely
cool.
Gunpla.
The kids are cool, man. I mean, look, mechs are cool, right? I definitely follow at least one account where it says this guy. I think it's called Calamity with a K. He designs things he turns into resin kits. But you get to see like the scratch build out of all kinds of different materials, and of course green stuff and that kind of thing. But like, it's like a bunch of stuff mashed together, and
See,
it makes
this
these really cool characters.
I think this is the thing that we talked about as well, Lancer, was it was like when I first found out about Lancer, I was like, do you know any minis that have interchangeable, like any mech minis that have interchangeable parts?
Oh yeah.
And that's a huge part of Lancer.
Yeah.
Is that it's like eventually you get to these, every license you upgrade to, like you get to switch stuff out.
Yeah.
So it'd be really cool to have some sort of system in place where it was like, cool, I can put this on.
Yeah. I desperately want that. I'm
I
so
don't-
into
I-
all of that stuff.
Like, here's the thing. I'm not super familiar with mechs, so I don't even. I don't
Well, that's
even know
what our
that-
conversation
what that
was.
is.
It was like, I was like, or how would you be able to do something like that?
Sounds like a good mini Kickstarter. There we go.
It does sound like a cool mini
Yeah.
Kickstarter. My Mini Factory is a cool website that I found.
Oh, yeah.
recently that like has a lot of like STL stuff,
For sure.
and that's how I have I backed an airship.
I was gonna say, if there's anything close to that, there's probably some indie sculptor that has STL files.
Yeah. So that's the thing is that like how would you want to be able to do that? And it would have to be
Magnetization.
it'd be, yeah.
And here's the thing, I feel like that would work better with like slightly larger scale
Yeah.
things, but I
Throwing
think that
magnets
could work.
is-
But I think that would work better for like using terrain as well, potentially. You
Just
know?
the larger scale in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Because that's the thing. Like that's part of what I was saying. Like, is like if Dwarven Forge did some sci-fi stuff, like there's pieces you could definitely use probably for just like scatter terrain for the fights. But if you built like a building and you have your mechs, that building's either really huge
Yeah.
or those mechs are very small. Whereas if the mechs were just bigger, you could use regular terrain.
Rabbit,
But then
do
you
you
need
have-
even more table space.
Well, maybe we'll some of the things that we're talking about doing in cities too will help that too.
Rabbit, do you have like Warhammer art prints that are signed or something? Sounds cool. 54mm scale mini Lancer mechs. That'd be sweet.
Yeah.
I also love on these battletechs. I love the like multi-based infantry, like multiple infantry guys on a base. That just looks cool to me.
Sure.
Yeah. That's supposed to be one of the only things that's like a threat to you that isn't a mech.
Yeah.
In Lancer, you can hop out and try and attack the mechs. It's an action you can take.
You know what? I was really surprised how they balanced infantry and mechs in Titanfall.
Yeah.
That actually was
Actually,
fun
with
to play.
it was cool enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't sustainable, but it was a cool idea.
Yeah. And like just the movement of
Oh yeah, the
output
wall running stuff.
was so smooth.
You can jockey in Lancer?
Yeah.
What the heck?
Yep.
That's awesome.
Oh, it slaps. It's wild. And you will probably die. But it's something you can attempt.
I will, man. I absolutely will.
Can you sketch in Lancer? Just grab on the
Skill
back of the
check.
neck on your skateboard and like.
Skill check against grit.
I want to build a character entirely around sketching.
Oh, black library covers. That's awesome, Rabbit. The rulebook says it is foolhardy and a death witch. He says. Yep. Awesome. Makes me want to do it more.
That's the thing, right? It's
Yeah.
Not-
From everything Kelsey just told me yesterday.
Look.
Yeah, that did.
Oh God, when you said that you guys were talking about the campaign, I was like, I wonder what the heck he has said.
Dude.
But when we were playtesting Dungeon of Doom, and like, you know, there's like,
Yeah.
the party was kind of separated, and this wall started closing on a couple of us. I forget exactly what it was, but everyone was kind of like, they wanted to do everything smart. They were like, well, can we check for this, and he's like, it's closing, and I was like, I'm going in there! And I slid under the door, and they're like, oh crap, now we have to get him. And I was by my, no, that's what it was. It was about to be closed off, and everyone was kind of standing there, and I was like, screw it, I'm going. And then it closed in, and y'all had to fight your way into me, and it was a boss room too. So I was like, and even Nate after was like, yeah, you were gonna get squished, but that made, you know, everyone try to figure out the puzzle. Since it worked out, I don't feel bad about
would you have felt bad about it in any situation?
it. If I had like, you know, died and made others die running after me, then it worked out.
What if you would live, but others had died running after you?
That'd be a story.
With like 13 HP left, I willingly put myself in a situation where I knew I was going to take fall damage.
Yeah.
In our last session, because I just have a thing where it's just like, we need to do damage.
Yeah.
It's
You guys across the board, outside of like Chelsea, were.
yeah, Chelsea is by far in the best like condition because, well, I mean, she used all of her spells, but like, she didn't really lose any of her actual hit points because.
Oh,
she
I mean,
became
she's
a dragon.
screwed because she's about to turn out a dragon and be unconscious.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Like,
No, not even just potentially. That is what's going to happen.
that's what happens when she
She got
comes out of
3
being a
rounds
dragon.
of being a dragon, and then it's unconscious for. a
Hey,
period
thank you for
of
the
time.
raid, Badgers.
Hey, Badgers!
What's up?
Everyone's telling me about it. I have to pick it up when you can. I'm very excited. We're trying to play some Lancer inside the office.
Yeah.
I put feelers out. We have a lot of people. We've been talking about like doing 2 one-shots.
Me, I have feelers.
You got feelers?
Yeah.
Both Tyler and I like want to play and GM it, so we're probably gonna do 2 games. I don't know if it's something I don't think we'll want to stream it just because like we're gonna be trying to get used to the rules and all that, so it'll probably be a lot.
Well, you know
more.
what we could. This is what we talked about, right? Is that it's like, you know what we could do? We could do our one shots of GMing it. We
Right.
could do
I like this
what we
idea.
want to do. So Toby, by the way, what we were talking about doing would be really fun, because we would both be playing in each other's games. What we would do is we would do 2 individual one shots where we're like basically kind of learning the game, how it
Yeah.
works, and then a 3rd session where it's that team versus this team.
Oh.
Yeah, and so it's like, yeah, that would be fun, and like we might be able to stream that maybe. Like,
I mean,
I love the
Let's see
idea
where it's
of it because
oh yeah, no, that's yeah, it wouldn't have to.
you're each on a team of players, but you're playing against the team that you had like a
Didn't
huge
run.
part in
Yeah.
teaching. You're against the team that you ran.
Yeah.
So like you were in charge of teaching them the game. So you hope they do well.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, that's-
but also you're on the other team, so
Well,
you
that's what I
want
meant.
to kill
This
them.
is what I meant by having Chris. So if Chris GMs one team
Mhm.
and I GM the other team, as referees, I referee for the other side and he referees for the other side. for it, like for his other side, right? So it's one of those things where it's like it's putting adjudication from one team to the other. Like, no, he very clearly has a line of sight, or she can definitely make this move because of these abilities. Yes, right. Like you put one person on the other side who's supposed to be there to help your team do what you want to do.
I watch a Lancer stream so I can see it in action. That's the thing is, there's not a lot of footage out there of people playing Lancer.
Yeah, the only footage I found I was not a huge fan of, so I didn't stick with it long enough to see combat.
I personally am very enamored with Lancer, and I want to find ways for us to make content with Lancer, which is why we're starting to do this stuff, is so that we can get familiar with the rules. It's the whole thing of like, you know, we got to do that first step of just actually playing it and learning the system.
Yeah.
It's a fairly, it's kind of a beefy. It's not a one-page RPG that you can just pick up in a day.
Yeah.
Like it's a system you got to learn.
Yeah.
Oh hey Mace.
Hey, Mace.
Mace, miss you.
Glad you got there safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The stream misses you.
Yeah. All we've been talking about is how much they wish you were here instead.
Like, who are these losers? This is Mace under McDonald's.
Everybody in the stream right now. Let's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It did come out really well. That looks better than like the actual design for the blue chocobo in the game, honestly.
Well, you know, when you think about it, it didn't have the ability to be layered, right? It doesn't have the opportunity to be. Well, that's what I meant. Honestly, that's the exciting thing about further parts of the remake. It's like I just want to see the rest of the game. I just want to see what else they want to do. I've been
When
playing
is that
it.
interlude?
Integrate.
It's already out.
Hey, what is that?
And the inner
PS5?
Yeah. I've actually been playing it. I got my PS5 on Monday.
Oh, wow.
It's
Did you have to run over with a
Yeah,
car?
how'd you say that?
I have a Sony account, and they gave me
Oh, you
a
should.
yeah. People ask me.
I just emailed them and I was like, I work for Corbin Forge.
No, all I did was I think I just looked at the product page a couple of times, like trying to see if it was out, and I have a Sony account, and then they said like, hey, you've been chosen to be put into a queue to purchase one, and I said okay, and so I was there on the queue time, and I got in there, and I was 8th in the queue, and so they had enough.
Wow.
For me to get.
That's cool.
That was it.
It's actually it is a noticeable improvement for like legitimately, like PS3 to PS4 you're like, yeah, but like PS4 to PS5 is actual in performance. I don't usually give a shit mostly in terms of like graphical quality. I'm not a really big person on like, oh, this frame rate is much better or that kind of stuff. So I don't notice that as much.
And me neither. That's why I'm in their party usually.
Yeah, it's like that doesn't make or break a game for me. It's like how pretty it looks. What I will say though
Doesn't hurt.
is no, it doesn't. I just mean to say that it's like it's not my main concern. But what I will say is that its performance is incredible. Like booting up, getting into a game takes about 2 minutes, less. Like any game
that's
that
nice.
it's like it's
Night
you're-
Rabbit.
Night Rabbit!
And its processing power is incredible because it's like I've been playing Miles Morales, Spider-Man, and it's like I didn't use fast travel in the other Spider-Man game when I was playing it on my PS4 because it was just like it just takes too much time to just like fast travel. Like I can get there in the amount of time it takes it to load again.
It's instantaneous.
It's
Oh, no.
it's crazy how quick that stuff goes. And I think they also made updates to the battle system for remake because I have a sprint button, which makes like traversal just like so much easier. Like in the game, like I'm not just like sitting there like waiting just to get to a ladder. I'm like actually moving and like I can't remember if there was a sprint originally, but like it feels so much nicer.
Which
Also-
remake? 7?
Yeah,
Okay.
Final Fantasy VII, and so it's like
I haven't beaten the first part, yeah.
I've been replaying it on hard. I went back to chapter 1 and like started playing in hard mode, and just because I was like the last thing I had to do really. It's been interesting because yeah, it just like it moves so much better on a PS5 than it did on the 4. So yeah,
Cool.
it's like legitimately, it's the first time since like PlayStation 1 to PlayStation 2 that I've, which is not that. I mean, like when you think about like this is the 5th one, so it's not that often, but it's like it's the first time since PlayStation 2 that I felt like a huge difference. Because even 2 to 3 is like it's noticeable in some parts, but like on the whole, it wasn't
Okay.
It wasn't that different.
Are you gonna get PSVR 2?
No.
I take this as a personal betrayal.
My question to you is why?
Most games don't have crossplay.
Well,
but
that's what I mean.
could
So
probably...
like, if I was going to get VR, I would not get PS.
Yeah.
Because I would get a VR that you. I would get a VR that plays with the VR you have.
It's true.
You're the only VR person
Friendship
that
redeemed.
I have as a friend.
I'm working on Chris. He's gonna get Township Pale and he'll spend whole evenings.
Do you have something to tell us? Miles abusing you? I'm working on it.
He's gonna get Township Tale and spend hours in VR with me and Ray.
Or the forest.
Think so Ray has VR?
Yeah, Ray has the Quest as well, right?
Wait, the forest is VR?
Oh yeah. I would never play it Pancake. It's so bad. It's so much better.
Do you VR guys call it the normal game's Pancake?
Yep.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's my favorite thing I've heard about VR ever, I think.
Virtual Boy is no VR.
I desperately want to do a streaming event in the forest. That's
Virtual Boy?
Yeah.
Yeah, my cousin's had it.
Yeah, I have one.
It's trippy.
I hate it.
I'd love to try it, but
My power supply of it, like,
Bye,
I
Amy.
should bring it in sometime.
It is
Yeah.
authentically messy.
what is?
The virtual boy.
Oh,
I'll try to bring it in sometime.
Like there's a reason it didn't go well, and it wasn't just because it was ahead of its time.
No.
I love that sentence. It's like ahead of its time.
Hey, Miles, what is your VR thing?
What do you
What
say?
do you want to do?
Oh,
saying
I
you
want to do a streaming event in the forest where you have teams of people playing in both VR and Pancake, and have like a
cool.
series of like Olympic events.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's like a showdown to see like what things are better in VR and what aren't.
That's so cool.
What were you trying to say, Toby?
No, I was saying with the Virtual Boy, it's like, yeah, basically, they thought that sacrificing, just to get a few layers of three-dimensionality, sacrificing all color besides red. And
Would
they-
do that? That's why they did that?
It's like, couldn't even do that. That's the only color was there was red. And just, dude, like.
The
they were
thing is,
always
there's
playing-
no motion tracking. It's just a 3D display.
Yeah.
Like,
But that's early 90s understanding of
They
I
were
mean, and
always,
here's
like,
the thing: that understanding of VR existed long before that point. It's just no one had tried to capitalize on it.
VR. Sure, that's what I'm
yeah,
trying to say.
like-
That it's like that's why it happened, and that's why they said it was virtual. Was that it's like, well, it's not actually. It's these other things.
Yeah, it's
That's interesting. I didn't know about the red thing. I didn't know that's why.
yeah, it's all like vector. Which the first VR headset that existed was the same thing, except for it nothing in it could even move. It just made a 3D cube that you could see. Just a red outline of 3D cube. But I want to try it desperately because I just love VR and I
I'll
don't know where it came from.
I just need to, I think my power supply on that one died or something like that. So,
What kind of power it is?
6 minutes left for a shiny to do.
I'm so sorry, Craig.
Cannot believe.
We just have a lot of like AC/DC adapters here, so I was just like,
yeah, I have to look at it. I'm very skeptical about using the wrong adapter for it because when I got the Famicom when I was like, I didn't understand like the power adapter
yeah.
really. So like finally got it. I finally took out TV, and it's like, oh, I think the power adapter wasn't working, so I decided to use my laptop charger. And the next thing I know, there's smoke coming out of the Famicom.
Oh dear.
Because it's putting too much power into it.
Yeah.
Jesus.
First thing I do is try it, and I really wanted to get my hands on it. Yeah.
It sucks.
Oh, yeah, and then I also almost killed my Switch by using the phone.
Oh, that's why. That's why.
So you didn't learn.
That's why.
I thought it
was good.
was USB is a little bit more, like, safer.
Rounded. Yeah.
Because it's going for this, like, a more universal power conversion. You're supposed to be able to use it with multiple devices, but I charged it with my quick adapter for too long, and then one time, like, it got to a point where the numbers, I can see the battery percentage decreasing every second because it was like,
It's putting too much.
it's just like it messed up the battery so much.
That's what's crazy about that kind of stuff. But it's also what's funny about like movie logic of like, I'm gonna supercharge this thing. It's like,
Yeah, super.
I mean, like maybe it'll work for a little while. It's probably not a good thing.
Can't believe I didn't get a shiny video over a whole week.
Wait, is it already over?
It's over in 4 minutes. This is the most depressing video game tragedy since I was unable to beat Christopher Robin.
Man,
All
I
that
just
Gatorade.
am so glad I was there. You know?
I'm glad I got to see some of it.
That was an incredible 3 long nights in a row.
One.
I can't believe that.
3 more minutes to get an entire chatting video.
Can't believe Mace just showed up.
Well, because she was texting me. Mace and I were talking, and she was like, I can't believe this is happening. I was like, I know, it's great. And she's like, I really just want to bother him. And I was like, do you want to come over? And she's like, wait, really? Hi? And I was like, yeah.
Bother
She's
Chris.
like, can I just like bring Gatorade and beer? I was like, yeah, do it. And so she did.
I think I was-
She ran over. She got there as soon as possible, and then
Yeah, she would never pass up a.
opportunity to
throw
fuck
Chris.
to freaking. So
Yep.
good.
Yeah, man, I slammed back a lot of Gatorade that night.
Dude, you hurt so bad.
Yeah.
Wait, was it like the sugar kind too?
Well,
Hey, it was
it's
just Gatorade.
you know, man. It's like it's
You get
you're
your
wearing
electrolytes?
you're wearing a hat. I didn't realize you were wearing Gatorade at the same time.
Appropriate.
Oh man. Sponsoring hobby.
Hey, yeah, tell me about this Gatorade.
Yeah, no, Gatorade's really awful.
Is it real made out of real gators?
It's bad. Like
In the quantity you drank it, yes.
the first sip, I was like, oh no.
Dude, it's meant to resupply you with fucking like sodium, and it's
Yo,
Oh,
it's got what plants crave. It's got electrolytes. You know?
Topic at the moment is we're talking about how I failed to beat Christopher Robin
Flash
in
game.
Winnie the Pooh's Home Run Derby.
You know.
The Japanese Flash game.
Yeah, at the end of streamed I think like 20 hours and 3 nights or something
Wow.
of just trying
was-
to beat this thing. It was
I think it was like the first time Ame watched you stream, really.
Yeah.
And because she caught the first 2 nights, and I wasn't there until the last because I was working.
It was a perfect way to spend quarantine.
Yeah.
It was a great quarantine moment.
It was like towards the end of summer.
no, it was the end of the year. Because it was
That sounds right.
Oh, that's
because
right.
it
'Cause
was-
Flash was ending.
yeah,
That's
it's
why.
before Flash was about to be taken down.
Yeah,
So I
that's
was
why you
like,
did it.
I have almost no time left to do this. I have it on Flashpoint now, so I can play it again if I want. But it was, it was about doing it on the website. Yeah. Like there was one Japanese guy also streaming, trying to beat it at the same time.
Really? There's another person playing that game?
I saw someone else playing that game as well.
Yeah, it's not like a weird. It's not like a weird thing that that only I'm aware of. Like it was a pretty big. It was a pretty big meme. I got so close. I literally.
I remember You were like 3 away or something like that.
Closer than that. I literally.
Was it down to 1?
I got. I literally hit the first like 40 with no problem.
That's right. Yeah.
Like I literally was on like a huge streak, and then I just started biffing it right at the end.
Yeah.
And I missed it by like 2, and it was the worst. It was like legitimately depressing. Like it hurt. Like I wanted to be able to say that I pulled it off so bad.
Do you still have the cup engraved with baseball into the on it?
Oh, I do. I still have your. The event's over. The Bidoofs are gone. I have failed to capture a shiny.
Another failure. No.
Another failure. Am I even a gamer at this point? I didn't beat Christopher Robin. I don't have a Bidoof. Unbelievable.
My next YouTube release, worst gamer ever, and it's Chris Fox's face.
Flossing.
Oh!
Oh man, that takes me back.
Yeah. Back to Magfest.
To life. Back to reality.
Back to life. Back to the lab again.
Oh, there goes the lab again.
Back to reality. Whoops, there goes reality. Man,
Did you just...
More regrets.
passing out from laughing?
Alright, Laura, how are you doing? Oh, what's everyone working on tonight? Well, Toby's sculpting his thing. Hamster's finishing up his mini from last week.
No way am I
on
finishing it.
Miles is working on a mech. I did the base on some of my dudes.
Some of your
Your looks so good though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been taking my time with those. I've literally only done the skin tonight. I'm just trying
Another
to
day, another dime, another
figure
rhyme.
out my process, man.
I did. So
And I can make it faster.
these orcs are
It's funny. The
these orcs from Ragecraft are very close to me, and I decided they were the first minis I was going to try to like kind of go all out for. So I did the
Turned out great. They look so great together.
yeah. So I did like custom snow bases, and
I love that kind of rusty red with the dark purple.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're based on one of the gods in our game that they
Oh, nice.
follow. Like yeah, that they're made to. I hope we get to actually use these. I really hope we get to use these.
I love how you undercoated the gray fur with a little red brown too.
Yeah,
Oh, what just happened?
I went very hard on these. Yeah, that's fair. If anybody winds up there.
That fur from like.
Is that the Rapidos dressed as a payday bar? Yes. Yeah. Ghost Runner. And that's my favorite thing about that bit from Community, is that's like the part of the joke that they don't say. Is he's there to let them know that like it's
They got delayed.
yeah. So he dresses. So he's like, I'm a peanut bar, and I think it's because they didn't have the rights to say payday.
Yeah.
But like, that's the thing. Is, yeah, he dressed up as a payday bar to let them know they weren't getting paid today. And that's like part of the joke that they didn't say that part.
They don't have to.
Yeah.
It's in
very
the
good.
it's in the presence.
Also, paydays severely underrated.
Oh yeah.
Paydays are
Great games.
great. It's just great bar.
Peanut caramel.
Whoa,
You can't go wrong with that.
Or like a syrup. It's like it's. I'm saying
It's
it
peanuts.
can't be gone
It's
wrong.
It's
because simple.
peanuts, caramel, and salt. It's
Well,
so
that's what I'm
good.
saying. It's just simple. That's what I'm
I
trying
mean,
to
the
say.
salt
It's
and
like
nut bar,
everybody
I'm
knows.
partial to.
Well, they weren't a
What do they have?
What did I do for the window?
Then
Well, no,
you get
I don't
the
know.
salt and nut
Oh,
bar.
it's well. Let me see.
Which mechs? We're doing
It's
BattleTech
green
mechs.
now, but-
So we've been talking about. We really want to play Lancer, and so we're gearing up to do some test runs of Lancer in the office in a couple weeks. And so we're taking some of these BattleTech mechs and pinning them up as Lancer mechs. This is unpainted.
Right, like something.
Miles
like
is
that,
currently working on one.
That kind of blend, like that kind of glass, right? That like tempered glass that like has like a very like solid look to it.
We might stream it. It depends on people's comfort level. These first sessions we probably won't stream because it's going to be us like learning the rules basically, and so it's going to be a lot
It's
of
not going to be interesting at that.
It's going to be a lot of stopping and starting and like wait, how does this resolve and all that stuff. So But the thing is, I really like Lancer and I want to make some content with it. So, if we like it and it's going well, then in the future I want to do some stuff with Lancer.
Okay, fine.
What? Yeah. The factory?
Yeah.
It's still Donkey Kong music.
That's not gonna still.
Yeah, it's still Donkey Kong Country. This is the Donkey Kong Country album.
It's the minecart.
Minecart. There we go.
Not how much I played the original. Played a bunch of rounds.
There's a handful of tabletop simulators named the Lancer. That's good.
Oh, I'll
Yeah.
look that up.
Minecraft
Do they?
is
I'm sure there's got to be some mod with like.
Or yeah, even I mean, at this point, just to have watched some of the combat, like if it's a
Oh,
colored
yeah.
coin, like
Sure.
as long as they like are using, or like showing the table.
Oh man, why am I calling this thing here? I've been staring at this, just the skin tonight. For a little while, yeah. Ooh. Like this cheap-
Yeah, Hamster's idea of like, it just isn't working is like so phenomenal compared to everybody else.
I'm really just trying to.
falling.
I'm trying to stretch. I've hit a plateau.
It's not so good.
Same.
Nice.
Nice. Well, to be fair, his nose
It's bigger.
is a honker.
No, I'm just saying like I got.
Well, it's like literally a honker. It's a beak. He's a bird.
It's a goose sound.
I always hated the minecart levels. My brain struggled with which. The minecart levels like tested your reflexes to like a ridiculous degree. It's the only levels where you're not in complete control. I
Yeah.
think is the thing. You haven't played Dark Alliance yet? I have not, but I have not heard good things.
Yeah, I heard
We
kind of
talked
bad
about it
things
last
last
time. I think we talked about it last time.
We did. It was brought up.
I'd just say the same thing that I said last time is that it's like just it's a very, very specific style of play, and so if you're
Oh.
into that,
What do you mean? Like I haven't looked into it not at all.
it's all just combat. There's not a lot of
Oh.
yeah, it's just that. It's like that's
So
that's
just play Divinity Original Sin.
well, that's more tactical than this one. This
So
one
that's
is
what I
like
mean.
action,
It's like
yeah.
if you want actually D&D to gameplay.
Yeah, or Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, that too. I mean, I heard. Is it still buggy? I haven't played it.
The bugs have been there. There are.
It was in
couple of them still.
early alpha. Like they worked out.
They've worked out a bunch of
It's a
things.
lot more stable than it used to be.
Oh, nice. I have it. I have yet to launch it. I actually need to try it out.
I do love it at the same time that I was getting super.
Paddlesec had to look it up.
Sure.
From what I've seen, you don't play Dark Alliance. Dark Alliance plays you.
Yeah.
It's not great combat either. I've seen some stuff with like the AI being weird and
It just doesn't. It doesn't respond to you as a player. It just kind of like goes through a cycle.
Oh, that's weird. I also like my first fantasy miniatures love was dwarves, and I didn't really like the look of the dwarf in the trailer, so that turned me
Yeah.
away.
I don't. Yeah, I wasn't really into it. I didn't decide to go for it. But you know what has been fun? Chivalry 2.
You mentioned that.
It's been fun. Like
Yeah?
genuinely just fun.
Huh.
Just go into it wanting to just fight. And
Oh, okay.
like my favorite part was the 2 times I lost out of the 5 games I played, I was like, I'm not mad.
You know what? It's a
not mad
hard
about
thing
losing.
for a game to be fun to lose.
It was
Yeah,
just
that is
because it
the-
was like I had just had like a great time just like getting to this point. So
Yeah.
like losing is like I lost. Damn.
Right.
Okay, what's the next one?
Yeah.
And it's like it felt awesome.
That's
where it's
cool.
like it was just not, it's not tied to anything. Like it's just like No, you're just playing, man. Like, so just keep going.
Right.
Like you're much more even in ability in terms of the game has very strict kind of playability, where it's like it doesn't matter how good you are, you can still go down with a badly timed action.
Sure.
Whereas like in Destiny or these other games that I've played before, or these other like iterations of things, it's like, well, right, they have this thing, so obviously they're winning.
Sure.
Okay. And it's like that's my
The
problem.
meta guns and the Crucible.
Yeah, or whatever. It's like yeah, okay, you did these things. You have this combination as a character. Okay, yeah, I get it. That's why you won.
Sure.
And it's like that doesn't feel the same in that one. So it was a lot more fun.
Oh yeah, his sword. Yeah, it should be that part.
Make it Hindler Candy Cane.
Candy cane sword.
No, he's got like an onyx blade. I like it.
Yeah, well then the hilt better be different, and also not just have random splotches from the other colors. That'd be perfect.
It's
That's
energy.
classic.
It's energy. Pulses.
It's the blood of his clothes.
Yep.
Onyx is the color of her
Yeah, Help Destiny is definitely a gear grinder.
It is, yeah.
And that's my least favorite kind of game. Is a gear grinder.
I was
Same.
absolutely addicted to.
Has 300 hours of Master Hunter.
Well, exactly. I was
Final
super
Fantasy
addicted
14.
to Destiny 1.
Last time I seen
Yeah.
14 is 14 does a good job of.
I would super pump for Destiny 2, and then it was just like, this is just Destiny 1 again, and I don't know how it is, but I fell off it real quick on Destiny 2.
Got it.
Which, Destiny 1 really developed, but I was hoping they would, like, really learn and just, like, knock it out of the park after the development of the first one, which, like, turned it into
One
something.
of my friends got super into Destiny 2, and I'm just like looking at him like, I just don't like the way that, like, what the game prioritizes.
Yeah.
Like,
I enjoyed my time with it, and I was happy to let it go.
I think that's the weird thing is that it's like if I'm playing an online game, what do I want from it?
Yeah.
And I have never been able to answer that question.
the internet.
I've never been able to answer it in a way that's satisfactory. Valheim gets close.
I still need to launch that too. I have so many games to play.
It's like I enjoy the experience of playing Valheim when we were playing it because it was like, well, I like crafting some of the stuff. I like engaging against enemies,
Yeah.
and I like playing with my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. That's one of Hades. Hades on the other hand, maybe that's going to be played in this generation, not named Breath of the Wild. I need to play Hades. I've had it installed for a long
Yeah,
time.
Me too. I have that one until
I need to get it.
Good.
And I watched my friend play it a lot, but I never actually.
So fun.
Well, this
Endlessly.
especially because I've been having trouble with my internet connection, so I'm not playing the addictive online games I normally play. But I launched Final Fantasy IV Advance on the emulator, and I've been going hard on that.
Dude, I understand that. I have an emulator to play Metroid. 'Cause
Oh, yeah.
When Metroid 5 got revealed, I was like, I have to play everything again. And so I got the
Original?
emulator for when GBA, the Game Boy Advance, came out with a Zero Mission,
Zero
which was
Mission,
like the remake of Metroid 1. There is no remake of Metroid 2 outside of Samus Returns, which is for 3DS, which there's no emulators for a 3DS because of the nature of how it works.
There is, it's just not great.
No, and that one especially is not on an
Did you play
emulator. Looked. I've never played that one, and so
Do you have a 3DS?
I do not. And so
Dude,
that
I have a
borrow it?
3DS.
I don't know.
Yeah,
That's the thing is, it's
I'll
like,
just
I'm like,
lend it to you. I love that.
that would be so fun. That's what I'm
Yeah, I love
like
that game.
most of the way. I just beat Prayed on the Game Boy Zero Mission.
That's why he's not here
Zero
tonight.
Mission.
Well,
What were we saying?
I was saying I have a 3DS and I have like pretty much exclusively virtual console games on it. Like,
Yeah.
I went in, I bought this 3DS, and the first thing I bought was like Pokemon Yellow. And that's about the
I wish
generation.
there was a Game Boy / Game Boy Advance
Yes.
The problem,
thing on Switch.
yeah, the problem is like even with the 3DS, they never did the Game Boy Advance thing except for if you got the 3DS early. And they're like, I'm sorry that we dropped the price for like $80. Here's 10 Game Boy Advance games.
Yeah, that ambassador program was.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was able to get like 2 days before the price drop at the price drop level, so I have played a bunch of Metroid Fusion on that.
That's cool.
Stuff like that, but they should have just made it available like that.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Yeah, what the
maybe
heck?
they did some games, but I don't remember.
I would pay you money.
Well, that's
What
what I'm
about
excited.
Hamster?
All I'm asking for is a GameCube emulator. Or not a GameCube emulator, a GameCube Virtual
Oh, there's another remake.
Oh,
Yeah, they
right.
never did
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That's a
that-
good point. You could play the other remake of
No, that got taken down.
You can find it.
I could, but I don't want to rely. I don't want to trust any of that.
You can't take anything off the internet forever.
No, I know.
Oh,
I just
no.
don't, I don't want to. I don't want to go. Into
I gotta make a phone call.
I gotta make a phone call to the internet.
I gotta call the internet. Internet, take it all down.
Self-destruct, self-destruct. All right, what do you think, gang? Should we
I
wrap
think-
this
I
up pretty
think,
soon?
yeah,
I'm so
It's
close to going. I'm just
8:15.
trying to.
It's 8:15, so we can go for another 15 minutes.
What's next week? What's
Well, next week
Next week
is
Tuesday.
well
starts on Tuesday.
starts
right?
on Tuesday.
Wait, no.
Tuesday
Oh, yeah, I
is
forgot.
on a different plane.
Yeah, so that's gonna make things fun.
You'll be
Wednesday
missing
is
this
still
guy.
gonna be an OTA day. Still
Yeah,
gonna be on the Anvil, and
still
Thursday
standard.
is probably still just gonna be a hamster hobby hang. Like, there's
Yeah.
No other bigger news. Nothing else is coming out.
Nothing massive. It's one of those things where we're doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes that is going to lead to announcements and different things happening. But
Oh,
like,
yeah.
it's not time.
There's stuff happening.
It's not time to say any of that yet.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Making it seem like a much bigger deal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I won't be here because I'm going home for my birthday.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
But
Did
Mace will
your
be back
birthday
here.
already happen?
Oh yeah, Mace will be back.
Yeah, what's the time?
July 10th.
Oh,
July
10th.
10th.
Okay. For some reason I was June. My bad.
No worries.
Eric and Ray and Selena are in June. And Mace. Or birthdays.
That's Mace.
Why are we getting born in June? Calm down.
My brother and my dad were.
It's too hot. Don't put your mom through that in the summer.
Real though.
I could not imagine being pregnant in the summer. Ugh.
Okay.
In New York?
Well, you know what
Like,
though?
Can we walk it back for a second?
uh,
Can you imagine being pregnant in any other?
Yeah, that's
I'm sorry, I'm an empath.
but you know what? Okay, obviously, yeah. How the heck would I know? But you know, a sundress could be a pretty good like maternity wear, don't you think?
Yeah.
Sure, sundresses are great. Like sundresses help a lot. Still, I imagine just like the inherent like just the amount of like discomfort that comes with being pregnant,
Right.
combined with particularly the way that it gets hot in New York
That's true.
during the summer,
That's
having to
especially
walk down the
this year.
streets. I don't know.
You know what? Dude, I'm so relieved. I've been just suffering through the past like how many weeks of this hot streak, and my landlord magically had an AC in the basement.
Oh.
So it's only been the past 2 days that I've had like a human temperature in my room. And, oh my gosh, it's paradise.
Yeah. I know that I'm being spoiled right now.
It's been 98.6 degrees in your room.
Yes, exactly.
I just know that like I'm being spoiled right now, and I'm slightly regretting moving after this. Is that we have central air, so each room has its own air conditioner. That, like,
What?
controls the room temperature.
At your
Not
new
only
place?
when you like getting movers
What
well,
the
like
heck?
hard to go back once you
Yeah.
crack
You have an
that.
extra room?
Well, we have 2 rooms, yeah.
I'll get in there.
Mine is too, but it's just so expensive.
All my hobby stuff is like you won't even be able to close the door without like hobby stuff spilling out.
And it's already full of squishmallows.
Yeah.
So it's
It's chock full of squish.
squishmallows.
Squishimals. Squishimals would be the off-brand like competitor.
The biggest thing is that there
Remember to
was
turn off your
a-
AC so Times Square can keep on running.
Right.
Yeah.
Gotta
Right.
get those billboards.
Exactly.
Has anybody bought anything because of the billboard? Has anybody here, has a billboard actually genuinely gotten your attention and changed your mind on the product?
I think the theory
It
is it's all
definitely made me
subliminal.
watch Sonic the Hedgehog.
Was that good?
Yeah.
Okay.
I cannot get over how many of my friends, the last movie they saw in theater before the pandemic was Sonic the Hedgehog on Valentine's Day.
I didn't watch it on Valentine's.
Dude, it was so weird to like when things started opening up again. I walked past a movie theater that had been closed, and all the movie posters were like pre-pandemic.
Yeah.
It was
It's
eerie.
very strange.
Time warp.
Yeah.
Let's do it again.
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Hey, Lori, how you doing? Inline paving service and collision repair service off the billboard.
Like I said, we can go to eat.
Well, yeah. I don't care. What else am I gonna do?
Go with it.
Paint
I gotta paint. I actually gotta go and paint more models.
How's that going?
You got models waiting at home?
No. Ito, never again. Not on. No.
Mwah.
I would love for that to just be the way that you say it. It's just like, yeah, I got a date with some models tonight. It's just.
It's actually funny because like people who aren't gamers and hobbyists, when I say like
That is terrible.
I paint models, their first thought, even before little plastic kits, is human models.
Yeah.
Like that's more likely to them than me sitting in my basement painting little figures.
It's more likely that you've just got a model who's like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I had the same issue when I was in architecture.
Oh
like,
yeah.
doing all the models in the.
mean, to be fair, look at you.
Yeah.
People not think I meant building a miniature version of a house.
Right.
We're into Undertale.
And it's funny too, because like I've caught myself having conversations like, oh yeah, on Instagram I just follow exclusively model accounts, and I'm like, wait, hold on.
I think billboards are like illegal here or something. They were all over the place and stuff. You painting EOC at home, Hamster?
No, I'm doing some commission stuff. But I am trying to do this miniature a little more detailed and patiently, like I want to paint my display 75 mil figures. I have all of Camelot, and I have a couple.
Camelot!
Yes, exactly. I played King Arthur in high school, actually.
I played Mordred in high school.
Oh,
We could
nice.
fight.
That was the one where Miles and I played the same character.
Man.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Could you imagine Peter and Longview trying to put on a production of Camelot
Camelot? It would never have happened.
with like 3 guys auditioning?
What was the miniatures Kickstarter that Sergio Calvo did? I don't know. I hope you guys know.
Yes. You wait.
I don't remember. They're really cool. So I have a couple of those. I have a bust that I want to do.
Legend
It's
of
like
Asura or
sci-fi.
something?
Asura, yes, that's right.
Populous is on it.
I thought he would know.
Push the Camelot.
we are like the same wavelength for models.
Alright.
Kind of populous it up.
Oh yeah.
I think this is kind of where I'm gonna. This is where I'm leaving him tonight.
This mini may never be finished. I may be doing this for eternity.
It doesn't look
Yeah.
like even from here. It like looks
Yeah,
like
cool.
that's a good base color.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, but I'm gonna be working on details on this guy forever.
Well, yeah, we gave you a mech. Like, it's.
I love the variety of.
I believe the last time I painted a mini was before you were born. Ha! I'm a lot older than I look, Chuck. I'm a lot older than I look, and I'm intensely anxious about it.
Hey, we have a ton of miniatures in the office. When you're in town,
Yeah.
you gotta come on and
We're about
you can
to-
do your sword, but you can also paint a mini.
We're about to have a lot more because
Or- Paint your mini with a sword.
Oh yeah.
I ordered
Yeah,
an unfortunate amount of miniatures last year, and I realized that a lot of them, it's like any one of these would have been a great way to get started on having a miniature collection, but you got 4 different
Right.
things that would have been great for starting a miniature collection.
See,
You're gonna have way more than you ever need.
I was like coming down on the like a 2-year-long slope of me backing like every miniatures Kickstarter I saw. Right as you were getting into it, you're like.
And then I just kept sending you stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like I think I'm gonna do this one, and you're like, yeah, me too.
Yeah,
Like,
there was a time, but that was the time when like I was about to rapid fire with you, and I was like, I have to stop myself. I have to, because all mine were starting to arrive. So all my phantom invisible inventory was like appearing before me. I was like, oh no!
That's the thing. I've got like $600 of Reaper Bone stuff that should be here within the next month.
Yeah.
Having it sent to the office. We've got Dungeon Delvers coming in. I think we both got it.
I have all in on Dungeon Delver.
We've got Broken Anvil stuff coming.
I just get boxes now from like Europe, and I'm like, what did I get now?
I've got two ships from Blood and Plunder coming.
Oh,
where am I gonna put?
Right, that's the one.
Where am I gonna put two ships?
Yeah. Well, actually, Tyler we were talking about getting a war game shelf over by me, so all of our random crap we can put on there.
We're gonna look into it.
We
Because I know it's I know the two of you have a problem.
Yes.
It's time to respond.
or we found the solution.
That's why I said it's time to respond. Wrong.
If only the ships were modular. Is that what you're about to say?
Modular,
I
perhaps.
just
made of
look and realize
wood?
that I don't need to own. I don't know, Chuck. See, here's the thing. It doesn't help that I can write like all of it off as business expense because like what I keep saying is I'm like, we just like don't have a lot of minis here. We have like the minis that we
Now we
make.
have too many.
Oh
yes. But
Sorry, too
man,
many.
we're gonna be prepared for any situation
Yeah.
as soon as we paint all of it.
Well, that's what I was saying to
Um,
Hamster was that we can get.
Well, if you ever need something painted exceedingly slowly and in
Here's the
excruciating
thing.
detail, pass them away.
By the time we get Lancer off the ground, you could probably actually paint a full Lance.
Yep.
One.
Yep.
Yeah, you can get 4 done in the next 3 weeks.
Hey man, I'm only on my second Rokubo. I only got one done.
I painted only a face and hands today.
Yeah, but like, when you look at that, it makes sense. You're like,
Think
I
about the
bet
stuff
someone
in the
took time on this.
The stuff that isn't in isn't I think one of the ships. I think it's the glow in the dark ship. Isn't in. One of the no, not one of the dragons. The Dragonfolk Adventurers, which is the thing that got me, and I hate it because I'm looking at it and I'm like, did we even need Dragonfolk? Did we need Dragonborn minis? We don't have. We have like I think 1 or 2. So yeah, we probably do. I don't know.
They were too good to pass up.
Hey, here's the thing though. I'm like wave 25, so odds are that stuff is actually going to get there by the time that like they even get to my order, anyways. So it's not really setting me back at all. The Rune Whites are rough. I almost got them. Most of the stuff that is late is stuff that I looked at and I was like, oh, no.
Yeah.
But then the Dragonfolk Adventurers, which I look at and I'm like, out of everything on this list, the Dragonfolk Adventurers are actually the least appealing thing to me. Yet somehow these are the ones I got.
Yeah.
I do not know what state of mind I was in back when I was buying these.
Depression.
That's why I always immediately
that? So
scroll
then I
to
should-
the all-in pledge. I'm like, how much is it? What can I don't just to avoid just making decisions.
Hey Jay.
The Monster Hunter board game just opened their pledge manager.
Uh-oh.
I'm looking at it. I'm like, okay, I got the normal like full game pledge.
Yeah.
Do I go up to the one with all the add-ons so that I can get all the Elder
Well,
Dragons?
that's what I did.
Yeah.
That's what I did with the Ragnarok thing. Remember that thing that I showed off?
Well, yeah, because you got the one half of it, and I got the other half of it.
Well, you got the one that came before. You did the all in for
Yeah,
the one that they
I went
first
in-
did, and I went all in for the Ragnarok.
So
one.
you got all the Norse stuff, and I got
Yeah.
all the Greek stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
And so I wanted that stuff in case we wanted it for one of the games. we
Oh, that's
play.
right. I remember that.
But also just
I
like
get my mini
a
painting.
lot of those like cool monsters.
I was listening to Police Synchronicity on my Walkman while I painted. I don't even know the name brand of that MP3 player. I literally had an off-brand MP3 player.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't even get
I
not
remember the
not,
Walkman.
not even a Zune.
Yeah.
Like not even
Zune.
Just like some like off-brand MP3 player. Really like it like ran off an SD card. So you had like
Oh yeah.
I had to put the SD card into the computer and put all the music on the SD
Can you
card.
grab me a
and put it
brown?
Please.
I had a Discman, but it was built for
Discman.
left-handed people. It was like a left-handed Discman.
What? How does that?
So it was strapped to your hand,
Oh,
so you could
okay.
run with it, but and your thumb was supposed to like do the thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
A lot of browns here.
All right, I'm dropping the curtain on this show, gentlemen.
I almost
All
got
right.
a semi-centennial. This is the first age gate I'm really feeling aware of. You're almost 50? Was it a creative Zen? It was not. I don't know what the name. I genuinely don't even know if they like. There was no logo or anything on it.
I really
Bought at
wish
the
I had
dollar
finished
store.
this, but I got so into this, and he's not done. At the very least, I have to do the window and then the frame on the window. if I did nothing else, I have to do that before this is finished. Other than that, it's a lot of little copper details and some silver bits.
I had a Creative Zen. Dude, Creative Zen, one of the best in the league.
Yeah.
Genuinely. Like, most people know him for his Ana, but his Zen is actually really, really good.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging. This is a fun one. We'll see you later. All
I'm
right.
not explaining the joke at all. Wait, are we wrapping it up here?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
6:30.
Good
All right.
Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Catch
Have
you
an
later.
Excellent night. We'll see you next week. And we'll have mates, so don't worry. Everybody will be happy. Bye, Toby.
Bye, Toby.
Bye. That's the first time I forgot her name.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, Toby.
You
See you in your dreams.
See you.